Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. It's your girl, Maria Park. I got my boy here, Kennilo'sTV. How
Hey
you doing here,
guys,
Kenny?
what is going on? What is going on, darling? What is up?
If you have not checked out his YouTube channel, he does amazing reviews, especially when it comes to like celebrity news. He does Real Housewives of Atlanta. He does WWE. He's like me. He just finds random stuff he wants to talk about and he just reviews it. You need to give him some props tonight because he is the reason that we are having this stream. If you have not heard my voice or looked in my face, I am sick as hell right now. My entire house is sick. So yeah, this almost didn't happen, but then I thought I'll just have Kenny get on the stream with me because he's on crack, so he'll obviously keep me awake. So
You lucky I took my crack earlier.
I mean, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. Keep it real. So we are here to talk about Charmed, and we're going to jump into that. I do have one other little segment or segue that I'm going to talk about. Monday, I had the honor of being able to interview most of the cast of the Orville New Horizons. So I will be coming out with some videos of our interview. It was really fun. A lot of them, well, you know how I'm bantering right now. I was myself in these interviews, so you can imagine how that went. So I got some tea spilled. I got some comments and stuff, so it is what it is. But yeah, it was really, really fun. So that was just something that I wanted to address, that will be coming out soon. Again, I'm sorry for the sniffling. River's making me tea, guys. Stand by. All right. So, Kenny Lowe.
You go ahead and get it started. You go ahead and get it started.
Did we watch tonight? What the hell happened? I was going into this thinking, okay, we only got a few episodes left, 3 episodes, I believe, now.
There's 3 episodes, yes. After next week,
after tonight. So surely this is going to be a calm one. Yes, I knew from the trailer that the Unseen were going to infiltrate the command center, but what? Dev? You killed them?
Look, I cried. Look, guys, I cried. Well, when y'all get to my review, I'll wipe the tears out of my eyes. I'm telling you.
I'm crying now too, but it's not because I don't feel the pain, but I'm actually not crying. It's because all my sinuses are draining.
No, we know why you crying.
I just can't breathe. All right, so the beginning of this episode started off, and we'll just do our commentary as we go. So feel free to jump in when I talk, Kenny, because I know you will. So Roxy having a dream about her life with her wife Camilla, and how they're every 7 years she has to sleep, and then she's only able to be in a relationship for 1 year, which is a really effed up timeline if you really think about it.
It is.
You can't be like, where are we going next summer, baby? Well, 7 summers from now. The businesses are closed. But so yeah, we keep seeing Camilla walking Roxy to her coffin. She's sleeping like she's a damn vampire. And she's going to sleep for her 7-year nap. She says underground. I don't know why when she first told Mel early this season that she goes underground to go to sleep. I legit thought she dug a hole in the ground and just went in there.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I actually thought she goes, like the what did they call the place? The Tomb of Chaos.
Yeah.
I thought they or the portal to Tartarus. Tartarus. I thought it was like a little hole.
I was saying, Kenny, why are you bringing Doctor Who in this with damn Tartarus? What is wrong with you?
Wait, what was that place? What was that place that Harry went in season 1? Hey, what is it, Tartarus?
Oh hell! I forgot. Don't look.
Well, anyway, I thought the floor was going to open up. And
don't ask 40-something-year-olds questions anymore. Those are questions for the 20s. We don't do that anymore. We don't have memories like that.
I know, right?
I have random memories, and that was not it. So if you guys remember where Harry went in season 1, please post that in the comment section for Kenny, because I can't answer this for him right now.
What I was saying is, I thought the floor would have opened like that when Hunter and him got sucked into the void. I know.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I just cannot, for the life of me, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was called. But to be fair, though, how many times have they been sucked into some damn void or time or land, space, whatever? It's happening so damn much. I'm not keeping up with that. I'm not doing it. I'm like, it's just another damn hole, a freaking multiverse, a freaking crack, or a zipper in time. That's where they went.
Child, it's every season, but go ahead, sugar. Go ahead.
It's true. All right. So, like I said, she has this whole flashback, and then one day she wakes up, and like Camilla's not there to greet her. And so she goes and she looks in the bar, and there's like, it looks like a fight occurred. There's blood everywhere. And she's like, oh, my wife is dead. Now I'm going to start my first nitpick. Now I understand that we learned in this episode that Duncan, our favorite our bouncer, was basically lying to Roxy this entire time about her wife being dead. He basically said that she was killed. Now, why Roxy never really went into that further? Like, I feel like, did you not investigate who killed her? I mean, you have all these patrons coming into your bar. Duncan said that she was killed. Duncan should have known who killed her. So, like, were you not going out there trying to figure out who killed your wife? And, you know, she wanted Harry to get these powers so that she could have closure and she could say goodbye to her wife, which is not as nefarious as they made it seem this season. That was not a nefarious thing. It's effed up because she did it for her own selfish, purposes, getting him to become a necrolighter. But again, it was so she could say goodbye to her wife, not to ask her wife why she died or who killed her, to say goodbye to her wife. So we learned that Camilla is not dead. Camilla just whole ass
alive.
She's alive. She's like, I can't handle it. She loved, Roxy, but being alone, every other 7 years was just too much for her. And she bounced, which, honestly, I kind of felt like she should have waited for Roxy to be awakened and said, I can't do this anymore, and have a split.
Yeah. But then what the drama would be, because we got to have some kind of drama.
Yeah, there were some issues with that. So, but so that's going on. But which is so funny is they did the whole stereotype of the best way to get over somebody to get under somebody else.
Oh, child! Before you get started, I know your ass was over there just dying, laughing, and having a good time because everybody in the episode was getting it on except who.
Except me and you. I mean, yeah, because I'm sick. I can't do anything. That's some bullshit. I was like, what? I don't want to watch other people getting on. I'm not getting any. That's a messed up situation.
Wait, I was talking about us, but we are decrepit, but we'll probably I'll probably get mine on Monday. But
yeah,
you probably.
I've been sick since Sunday night, so I don't know when it's going. Everybody in this house is sick, so I don't know what's going to happen.
But the person I've been getting was Harry.
Okay, I'm gonna get. But you know what though? The white lighter might be somebody he may be channeling his inner past with Faith, and he may actually start trying to hook up with her in the last 3 episodes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get to that though. All right. So again,
I just wanted to put that out there before I forgot, because I knew you was over there just dying laughing when it happened.
Because that's how it went. It was a really weird opening. Like you saw the whole Roxy Camilla stuff, and her realizing her wife is dead, her waking up from this nightmare. She turned around and there's Mel like, hey, I'm like.
I thought it was a dream at first when I saw that. I thought it was a dream.
I did too. I thought that really wasn't happening, and she was just substituting, Mel, in where her wife would normally be. Right. But no, that really was happening. And Mel basically got the same treatment that summertime flavor girl Mel, one-time shooter, first person shooter Mel has been doing to all the women in the bar. She basically, Roxy's like, hey, and then Mel's like, hey. And she's like, so last night was great. And she's like, uh-huh. And she's like, and it was a one-time thing. I was like, ooh, Mel. Mel's like, oh, I feel dirty as hell now. Now I see how those women felt when I did that to them. I'm like, I can't be mad at it because you did it to every woman in the bar. So, I mean.
Even got a beer bottle thrown at your ass.
the season of Mel in the bar. And the fact that she keeps going back there just keeps telling me that there's something wrong. But so then she walks out and Harry sees her do the walk of shame. Girl hadn't even literally buttoned her entire blouse up yet. She was just like, oh, are you okay? I'm fine. You're like, I'm fine. So yeah, she goes and talks to Harry, and then
that took me so bad. She knows her feelings were hurt so fucking bad.
She was trying to play it off. She was like, I don't care. I do it too. I know this is how I roll.
But then as soon as she come out, she's like, I feel so dirty.
Well, no, and then she talks to Harry, and Harry's like, oh yeah, she wants me to basically talk to her wife, her dead wife, basically Camilla. And she said to Camilla, she's like, her dead wife? And I'm like, are you?
I'm like, man, you're not in no damn relationship with her. Why are you?
That was a booty call, girl. So, which is interesting timing that Roxy wanted to get it on with Mel the night before she was trying to have closure with her wife. I don't know what the hell she was thinking, but that's fine. And then at the same time, let's get off them for a second and jump over to we see Maggie bringing a box of Jordan stuff for closure, and him picking up a flannel saying, "Oh, my flannel shirt. Well, it looks better on you." And I guess that was the key word for "let's get it on."
And so and threw her in his arms, and I mean, it was just like,
oh shoot! I was like, damn. I mean, did they go up the stairs? They were not playing around in that supply closet, wherever the hell they were. How do you breathe in there? Some places you just don't have sex because there's lack of oxygen. I don't know what they were thinking.
I can't even tell you. That's a good question. I don't even know.
I don't get it. Okay, all is right in the universe. River just gave me some peppermint tea. We might have a chance here.
Oh, I love peppermint tea. Oh, I hate you right now.
You love me. So, okay. So
I do.
I will tell you, if you guys ask me what I think about Jordan in this episode, I'm going to ask you the same question, Kenny, after we're going back to what happened last week and how he found in his heart that he loves Maggie, but he can't do this game. He can't be in this repetitive circle of pain and the angst fest train that they're on. And then he picks up that flannel and they start doing it.
I'm going to tell you like this. That has happened to me several times.
But I just thought it was interesting how fast Jordan dropped that ball. He was like, it's only been one day. So they were getting it on. And then it's like the entire episode with them became painfully awkward every time they were in scenes together. Yeah. But we'll talk about that. And then the third getting it on, because I guess everybody wanted to sync their sex lives. I don't know what it was. Kayla and Dev were getting it on. No, they weren't at first. They were on a date. They were making food together and they were joking, and they gave themselves, alternate names so they could talk about serious stuff but make fun of it at the same time. So instead of being Dev and Kayla, they were Jev and Jayla. And
I was like, oh my gosh. But see, awesome. what I liked about their scene was before they went and even had sex, they were in there feeding each other some hot spicy salsa with some plain potato chips. To try to get themselves into the mood. And Dev,
not even tortilla chips, plain. They're eating Ruffles. You lost your POC cards immediately. No better than that.
I was sitting here like, and they were so cute together.
I know. Oh. I was in my feelings, though. I'm gonna laugh.
I'm still in my damn feelings.
Well, to play fair, if Kayla had to buy them, she don't have a job. She can't afford the good stuff. She had to get those off-brand Ruffles. Leave her alone. The Dollar Tree only has so much.
I'm not. No, she could have drew a damn bag of expensive chips. Hell, she's a manifester. She could have drew a damn bag and pulled it off. We'll talk about what she did in the episode later.
Now you got me wondering if she really can she draw edible food? That's interesting because they did draw wine and Deb did drink that glass of wine. So you know what? That girl never has to go to the damn store. That's it.
She don't need no damn money. She just pull out a piece of paper. I want some chips. Draw it and pull it off the damn paper.
I'm in my feelings right now. Then you're absolutely right. She could have drawn the good stuff with the real labels and everything. Name brand. Okay, yeah. Kayla doesn't understand her powers. That's what it is. Just like the whole thing with Iceland. He wanted her to go to Iceland, I guess, with his band. Is that something of that level?
I think that's what they were talking about.
And I'm like, why bother traveling? Can't he just draw Iceland and then step into it? I mean,
I know. Get a big old painter. What they call those painter things? Painter frames. Get a painter frame, draw Iceland, what the part he's gonna be at, and you just just get in there.
I mean, the painter frames are pretty huge. They're bigger than doors, like a whole door frames. So just step into there and bam, you're in Iceland. I mean, does it work? I mean, to be fair, I wonder how much of Iceland you would see. Maybe it'll just be that one landscape.
That's what I was saying. Just get the little landscape where he's gonna be, draw where he's gonna be at, and then you just get on in there. Because with her powers, we don't even know how we can explore them because we don't got but 3 episodes left and it ain't coming back. So we don't know how far her powers can take them.
I was just in my feelings that we got this whole relationship with her and Dev. Like got to the point where Kayla was saying relationship. She was using the R word. And that should have been our first sign right there. But I told you before we got in this stream what it was for me. As soon as he said, I want you to go to Iceland with me. And I'm like, hell, he's dead.
You said relationship. You said as soon as she said relationship, he's dead.
Well, no, that was the second sign. The first one was the second. And he wanted her to leave. Because for her to go with him to Iceland, that means she has to leave the Charmed Ones, right? For at least a little while.
Yeah.
So I already knew if she had said yes, bam, which she does say yes in this episode, you just signed your own death warrant. Had you never asked her to go on tour with you, you might be alive. I don't understand it.
Death flags, and I mean they weren't waving, they were beating.
Okay, and can I jump skip? I am going to do a little bit more recap. But I just want to talk about Dev's death.
Let's go ahead, because everybody in the chat is talking about it.
I know. Are they? I'm not even looking right now. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm looking because you're reviewing while I'm.
I got my notes over it, so I can't see what anybody's saying right now. So there's lots of things in this episode I felt could have been done to save his life. So number one,
Jordan.
No, I'm even before Jordan. I'm gonna back up. So the reason that we're in this whole situation, first off, is Mel is stupid. Now I'm gonna tell you why Mel is an idiot. I'm like, and you know she's my favorite character, so I can say this. I can call the girl out. This girl.
I gotta hear this.
Two things that I will not effing understand no matter what anybody says to me. Now, and it really depends on which book they got. Number one, she left a book of shadows in the command center. At this point, seeing how many people are coming in and out of the command center, that is a flag for me.
Yes.
To not leave shit in there.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to leave it in my house. And then she sees the Unity Bowl has put itself back together. And she's like, oh, I'm going to take this in a satchel to the safe space from my house, which is not safe. She could have been attacked all the way up to there. She could have been attacked or whatever to safe space, because she wants to put it somewhere secure. Then why the hell are you taking it to the command center? No, your house is alive, baby.
The house would have protected them. They would have been protected by the house. Because see, that was the first thing I said. Because you notice when the Unseen got into the command center, the dumb bitch, the one with the lightning powers, went in there and just started tearing up the I was like, are you serious?
Yeah,
that
was really funny.
I'm like, what's that? Because Mel can just go back in time and get the book again, again.
True. Well, okay, so then let's talk about the dumb bitch with the lightning powers. She was trading with another girl at the Blue Camellia, because the Blue Camellia is also where the Charmed One should have been going the whole damn time to get stuff, because they have an anti-surveillance candle. What the hell? Where did they get an it's called an anti-surveillance candle. It doesn't have a Latin name. It doesn't have an ancient name. It's called an anti-surveillance candle. This is real. This is like future tech magic. Then they have these I think they're called the Nade gemstones.
Yeah.
They use the Portland marbles to get through the portal.
Yeah, the portal marble, because she was trading for. They had a vial of witch blood, so they wouldn't, because if you don't have a certain type of witch blood, if you try to go through the portal, you will get stuck within the portal forever. So they had to, and I'm glad they
mugged a witch. The girl said she mugged a witch in the witch protection program. So
yeah,
who could they have mugged?
I was thinking it was Ruby's mom.
It was Ruby's mom or Ruby, because they're the only ones I know of besides a few witches that they helped. They didn't give them. They have no reason to have a marble to go to the command center. So then why do they have marbles?
Right, because I was going to say, don't you remember Ruby gave up hers in season 2 for Mel to get Macy and Maggie out of the place they were in. So
when they were stuck in that little closing marble thing. Yeah,
so she gave up hers already.
And then I don't know why Ruby's mother would have a marble to the command center, a portal, unless portals can be used everywhere. And this is just a free whatever.
Yeah, I think what they were explaining, like when you go into witchness protection, we'll give you this marble. If you get in danger, you use it and you can escape to the command center. Because that's, I think, how they explained it in season 2 when Ruby was talking about, when Celeste came in and told them about it. Because and I think that's what she said to the girl that was talking to the dumb bitch with the lightning powers.
we're gonna call her DB Lightning.
DB Lightning.
DB Lightning. So DB Lightning. Yeah. So my question is this. Okay, so if this is true, if this is an established form of travel for witches, right? Why did the command center not have contingencies by this? Because I mean, that means any witch could randomly just stumble into this damn place, and be like, "Oh, where am I at?"
Well, that's true, but I think it's only so. They should have expounded. Well, you got to remember, season 2 and 3 had the worst showrunners, so they didn't really expound on it. But I guess they was thinking only witches that were in witchness protection would have the marble on them and them only. And they would get one trip to the command center, and that's it. It's the way that I'm interpreting it. But
so then, how did the unseen find the command center? Wouldn't they have to have the coordinates?
Sunny.
In the command center, you have to have that scrolling thing. You see the dot, you just the marble.
Sunny. Mm-hmm.
But how did Sunny remember that?
But you know how Sunny is. She done killed probably everybody that stole their damn blood to.
So what you're saying is, for plot purposes, we have allowed Sunny to retain the coordinates to the command center. Okay, cool. I'm gonna tell you, you know who Maria is as a person at this point, guys. I ain't buying that shit.
We know you ain't buying it, but that's exactly what's going on.
I love this show, but you ain't. I'm not swallowing that Kool-Aid. You can keep the flavor to yourself. I'm not
just
doing
swallow
that.
the tea, okay? Just swallow the tea.
I got the tea, but the tea understands that that's bullshit. So, all right, so. This is my third why I feel like Deb could have been saved moment. Okay. So Mel and Maggie are there. And I mean, I get they could be extremely mentally slow, but this girl hit them in their necks with these little blocking darts. That's what we're calling
right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's over here doing this with her hands.
So she's in a meditative state. So the thing is, she couldn't even sense when he was coming up.
So this is my question. She was extremely close to Maggie and Mel. Maggie is a very violent character. All Maggie had to do was whole ass knock this woman out, and then the powers are instantly back. They're like, we lost our powers. Not today, biatch. And then bam.
It was a plot convenience to get, I guess this was supposed to be Dale's last heroic act.
I know what they were doing. Again, I understand the showrunners have a lot to fix. I am not trying to put heat on it, but baby, you know who I am. I gotta call it out.
I know.
There's no universe where Maggie wouldn't have hit that bitch. She's hit people
we know that.
Other episodes. I'm sorry.
But see, this is the thing. Maggie does have her premonitions back. I would have expected for her to have one and foresaw this coming.
You can't foresee stuff when you get it on in the storage room. She didn't have that kind of time. She came down the stairs and she was doing the walk of shame, trying to act like nothing happened with Jordan. And here comes Mel. You got the sex tape.
You saw Jordan did his walk of shame with the box. He turned. He was like, well.
He was like, "Nah, I got something." But again, that's where her mind was. They had sex brain. This is what happened. All of them had. They should have never had sex before these events.
I always say that.
That's what it is.
In every movie, when it gets to the climax, I always say, "Do not have sex," because the moment you have sex, all logic goes out the window.
And I get my house. The moment I get some, I promise you, I don't know how to do nothing. I don't know how to answer the phone. I don't know how to get out of the bed. I can't go to the bathroom. Who? My daughter's like calling me. Are we having dinner? I'm like, who the hell are you?
That happens over here too. Look, I can't even look. If you schedule a stream and that happens, and I'm having, well, guess what? Where can it?
I don't. Yeah, I'm being honest. I have done streams after I've had sex, and that's why if I'm a lot nicer. What's normally happening. When I say nicer, I don't mean I'm a bitch. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit less, I'm a little more forgiving for stuff instead of nitpicking. Then you know why.
Well, we need this to happen next Friday. We need this to happen next Friday and during the season finale.
No, I need to
series
concentrate.
finale.
I need to concentrate on.
Oh, she said, no distractions.
You can't distract it.
She said,
all right, no distractions. All right, so we're going back and forth. So now we're gonna leave why Deb should not have died, because had they been a little smarter, if Mel hadn't started this train of stupidity, he would still be alive right now, taking the damn bowl of the command center, when she could have left it in the damn house. Hell, you should have gone back to get the damn Book of Elders, the damn Book of Shadows, and taken them home too.
Are they demons or are they human, or are they magical just creatures?
Who?
The unseen, because half of them look like they're just magical.
They're all magical creatures, different types.
Because I was gonna say, because they can't touch the Book of Elders, even if because even if they got the Book of Elders, they can't read it.
True. This is why I think the version of the Book of Shadows they got are the ones that Josefina and Mel were putting back together, because I can't see them touching the real Book of Shadows either.
Oh, they did get that one.
So I don't know which one. There's two. That's the thing. I don't know if they got the remake or if they got the one that Mel went through time and got at the wrong time period.
It was the one. It was the one. She went through time and the time period to get, because it was the original. It was the original.
So why the hell did you take that out of the house?
That's what I wanted to.
Because you know why? Mel dumb. I don't know why. I don't know why Mel is dumb this season. I don't know what it is.
She's getting too much cooch.
But she's really okay. That's true. She was doing a lot. Maybe that. You know what? You just solved it.
She getting too much cooch. She needs to stop.
All right. So let's go to Harry, because Harry's not the huge focus, but Harry has to have his side story. You got to have Harry for some reason. So Harry,
I don't hate him, but I'm glad he's taking a back seat.
I don't want him to be the focus all the effing time.
Right.
So Harry goes into the Veld and he's approached by a banshee that screams in his face, which means that's how we know that Duncan set him up, because he took this handkerchief that supposedly had Camilla's blood on it, but it actually wasn't, because she's not dead. So that's why he when he's there, he meets a woman, and the woman's like, "Hey, I need your help." And she grabs him, and then she takes him to Supernatural Blockbuster.
That's what I see.
Oh, did you? That's Supernatural?
I did. I said, well, I didn't say Supernatural Blockbuster, but I said she took him somewhere look like a Blockbuster, for those of you who wasn't alive back then.
Supernatural, man, Blockbuster. We were talking about that shit back in the day. Me and Groove were talking about that on our last stream, because that was the hangout when we were young.
Wasn't it? I miss it.
I miss it a lot. So basically, he's there, and there's all of these. It's called Infinite, so everything is infinite.
I know. I saw. I was like, okay, do we have any more titles?
I was like, she's just walking up and down these aisles. She's like, "Oh yeah, I've been trapped here, I think, for 30 years." And she's like, she starts doing the white lighter pledge, and he's like, "You're a white lighter?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I would have known who you were," and that got me thinking. How would he know who every white lighter is? Because in the past few seasons, he acted like he didn't know where the fuck. Like when Tessa showed up, he didn't know who she was.
He didn't know who she was,
so,
and then here go his question. Well, how did you survive the death of all the elders?
Okay, that's another nitpick of mine, because after she said that, she said, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." So then he her. He's like, "All right, cool." He just accepted this shit and moved on. I was like, "Oh God, we just don't like questions in this."
Oh my God.
Why?
Well, maybe we'll get it next week. Maybe we'll get it next week, because I'm gonna let you finish, but maybe we'll get it next week.
I don't understand why these characters don't want to know anything. I have this problem with other shows that I review, where people just never ask pertinent questions that are prevalent to you surviving. So I don't understand. When she would have said that, I would have been like, "Okay, bitch, try me."
I'd be like, "Well, let's find out." I'm like, because you know what? The only way I would say I literally would not ask questions if it really was irrelevant. Okay, how did you survive the death of the elders? Well, I had a ham sandwich. Okay, that's not what I asked you, but
no, that is absolutely cool, Kenny, because then I want to know what the power of this ham sandwich was. Because we had ham in our fridge. What kind of ham we talking? That's
the only way I would let that go. And if it's not relevant to the question I asked.
I'm not letting any of it go. I'm like, let me explain. We're going to stand right here, and you're going to tell me your whole damn bio. Because every time I don't talk to you people, something happens. I end up getting betrayed, stabbed, or killed for the most part. So how about we just stop all that? Cut it off in the beginning. Tell me who you are, how you survived, what do you want from me? Why did you get stuck here? Who put you here? How are you a white light? Tell me your bio.
What? What if Fiona put her there? What if Fiona put her there?
She's trapped? What if she's actually trapped because she's not a good person? We don't know. So like that whole thing with Harry is like, all right. I'm like, you know what?
And it came back to bite his ass too.
Yep. Because when he goes back to the real world, which he opens the door and jumps to the little portal, and he's back to the real world. Which I don't know why she wasn't able to do that. So that's a question. Why she couldn't just jump after him? Because we saw him bring Dexter over. Why couldn't he bring the White Lighter over? So that's a question. But then he looks down, and then he has his own supernatural blockbuster card, so he can go back to the video store. I mean, it's true. I do love the end of the storyline for Harry before he goes back to Supernatural Blockbuster, where he's talking to Roxy and like she's holding Duncan's candle in her hand. And
yeah, I was like, don't do it.
I'm like, don't blow his candle out. He's got nowhere to go. And then she's like, he's all I have left too. And I'm like,
I mean, Duncan, if I was there, I would have gave Duncan the biggest hug. I really would have. I'd be like, bro, I love you too. We'll make sure Iron Maiden don't kick you out.
Iron Maiden. I love that name. I love that name. Well, I mean, I understand Iron Maiden. It's not her fault she has to go to sleep for 7 years. Nobody wants a forced nap like that, but it's just something that has to happen, apparently. So maybe there's a spell that will allow her not to have to do that. I don't know, but that seems to be what her species is. They do this. And another nitpick I had was the whole, like, at the end of the episode, after Roxy, she knows the truth. She decides that she's not going to get rid of Duncan. She's going to keep the bar open, which is what Duncan was worried about. He didn't want it to be closed because that's his home, and there's nowhere for him to go and nowhere for all the other magical creatures to go. So if she closes it, they're just SOL, which kind of doesn't make sense in a way if you really think about it, because we know they have a spa called Ripples, or they had a spa called Ripples that catered to the magical world.
I mean, is it rebuilt right about now? Is it rebuilt?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? But I'm just thinking that, like, if you had those, then obviously there had to be other places for magical creatures. But I'm just putting that on the back burner.
Well, see, you would have to get charged to get into Ripples, because they said they couldn't even afford to get in there. So
but what if they had like a mom and pop ice cream shop? Right? They had a pool hall or something. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what they have. We don't know how they roll.
That mom and pop ice cream shop would be this big. It'll be just the size of my living room. Only like 5 people.
It'll be magical. It'll look like a shack, and then you go in, it's like freaking Hogwarts.
Well, that is probably true.
but what got me is the whole thing. When Roxy was standing there and she's like, I need to grieve, right? So she's grieving, and then Mel shows up, and I'm like, wait a minute.
But no, you heard how she told Harry to get out I need you to get out my office.
Yeah, I need you to leave. Well, because she's hurt, and I mean, when you're hurt, you just say shit. He didn't help by saying, I know what it's like. I lost the love of my life too, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what he was saying. And then she was probably like, I understand that Macy's death was painful, but it ain't about her right now, man. I'm talking about my bitch. I ain't talking about yours. Get out of my office.
See, the difference is her bitch ain't dead.
I know.
That's the difference. Her bitch is alive.
Well, I guess for her, it's kind of a betrayal, because she's been grieving a dead wife that wasn't dead. That is really effed up. And then Mel shows up, and she's like, Harry told me. And I'm like, hell.
And she gonna talk about. Go ahead. This is your review. Go ahead.
But no, then she was like, I just couldn't stop thinking about you. Are you okay? And she's like, is that what you were really doing, Mel? And then Roxy's like, being with me is just difficult. It wouldn't work out. And then Mel's like, well, some people say that about me. I'm like, actually, everybody says that about you.
That's what I say. Everybody say that about your ass.
Seriously. But what Mel is failing to realize is that she's not immortal.
No.
So Roxy can keep doing this 7 years and 1 year, 7 years and 1 year. But one of her 7 years, you're going to age 7 years. One time she's gonna wake up looking the same damn age, and you're gonna be 90. So that is a thing. So I don't know how that's going to play out in their relationship. And we saw what happened when Harry and Macy, Harry was so damn in his feelings being called grandpa every damn week that he was like, "Oh, become human." So,
and that's what I didn't understand. Your ass was aging very quickly when the elders took your damn powers, but then when you got them back, you could, you can still be with Macy. But then when you wanted to, like, oh, I want to age because I want to live with her for the rest of my life. But your dumb ass, when she died, you're gonna die before her.
Well, you just said it, his dumb ass. I mean, DA. I look, season 2 and season 3 had very little logic involved.
It really did.
And the little bit they had were normally for the supporting characters like Jordan and Abigail. So I don't even try and make sense of that mess. All right, so moving past them. So we have, like I said, we have the white lighter. I think her name's going to be Diana. I'm pretty sure.
I just think of her name. I don't even know if they said her name.
No, I think when they announced her, I thought her name was going to be Diana when they announced the new cast members, but I could be wrong. But it doesn't matter. We have 3 episodes. We don't have a long time to wait.
Season 5. There ain't no season 5, so who cares?
Yep. So no, we just got really emo for a second. I know you're in your feelings. Oh God, I'm in feelings. I love how you
got 3 episodes, and I'm really gonna be in my feelings.
All right, so why were the Unseen at the command center? Because they want the Unity Bowl to bring back the lost one to get rid of the charm ones. That's literally, there's a lot of steps to this hate, okay? There's a lot of steps to this hate. Now, the person that ends up taking out Dev is Sunny. And the reason I knew for certain he was going to die is that they were all hiding, and Kayla, after her and Deb got it on, they were back to like hanging out in the kitchen again because that you don't take showers, you just go back to doing your stuff. Nasty. And then so they
probably took a whole bath. Let's get a little benefit of the doubt. They probably took a whole bath. So,
I mean, it's a thing. So Mel and Maggie, who are on the run from the Unseen, but they couldn't get out because they put up a containment spell. Because why not?
I know.
I'm like, why not? Why not? And then so they're like, they're not chasing us because they don't have to. We're sitting ducks. And I'm like, but they still have to locate you. They should have followed you there and just took you. If they really wanted, they should have followed you there and taken you out. They literally should have done that. They should not have made it so they had to go look for your ass. But villain's not smart. So they only have one smart idea per like every 5 hours. And so Maggie and Mel went to go hide in one of the offices. They ended up breaking the bowl and picking the pieces up. Another nitpick.
No, they did explain that. They explained it. I know you finna go into it. Once they picked them up, if they didn't pick them up at that point, it will come back together.
No, that was not what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying when my daughter drops her brush in her room across my apartment 3 doors down, I hear that shit. These people were patrolling, actively looking for them. And she even says, I can't make this quiet. Boom. And none of them are like, they're in there.
Okay, I got you now. Okay. And
I was like,
and she did bring that up. She did. She said, I don't know if I can make this quietly. Bam!
She wasn't trying to make it quiet. She wasn't like just taking it and be like, boop. She was like, bam. So I'm like, how did they not effing hear that?
And they didn't hear nothing. And then what was so funny, the fat guy didn't even hear. He was in Jordan's gym, and he didn't even hear Maggie run up the stairs. I'm like,
because they're not trying. I told you they're not trying. So they do their little split and they run, and then Mel gets captured by Sunny and DB Lightning. And of course, Maggie goes around the guy that's like, really, really close in Jordan's boxing area, and which is, by the way, guys, how nostalgic was it for you to see Jordan actually at the boxing bag again, actually working out?
It really was, because we ain't seen that since.
We haven't seen him in there for effing forever. So
season 2.
I mean, I think that's where he's sleeping because he can't be in the house anymore. So basically, she's walking past, and then Jordan pulls her into the elevator. Now, why didn't anybody actually ask a question of why the elevator is just open. Like the elevator door is just wide open, and these people are patrolling looking for the charm ones, and they just walking. They weren't trying, guys. They were not trying.
Well, see, now one thing I will say, when the fat guy opened the elevator door and saw Jordan and was like, "Who are you?" He was like, "The question is, where is she?" I'm just like, wait.
Well, no, there were two really badass moments in there, and both of them were kind of like revolved around Maggie. But
That
all right.
was.
So the reason that Kayla and Dev were there in the first place is Mel left a message saying, "Hey, you need to get the safe space. The unseen are here," and then it drops that. It just drops the line. So then Dev's like, "Call it back," and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, "Don't be wasting time." Hey,
I think that's time that could.
It wasn't like she did it intentionally. If she didn't intentionally, she would have called you back. Like, go to safe space. So they actually go there, and they don't waste time with them trying to figure out how to get in. But Kayla just made a damn door and walked through.
And I love that part.
And
That
was
was so funny. I love that.
So that tells me that there is not a containment spell that can really hold her unless it can only be effective from the outside, because she can just draw a door and then walk right through the force field. So that was a thing. All right, so she gets in, of course. Her and Maggie and Dev and Jordan are together, and Jordan and Dev end up taking out some of the guys, which is pretty. It was a pretty tight scene. I was okay with that.
I love that scene with Dev, because you know how they was sneaking off, and Maggie was actually getting through to the fat guy, right? She was actually getting through to him. Mm-hmm. But as soon as the supernatural social media jackass is what you're talking about, right? Yeah, him. Yeah. She was getting through to him until he was about to do something. Dale came out with a hammer and just knocked his ass. I was like,
I like when she was like, "You have a hammer?" He's like, "I had like 20 seconds. What the hell?" But can I say something to that? And maybe you'll agree with this, okay? Now, remember the episode where they had like the reunion, or like not really reunion, but like the 1 year anniversary of all the people the faction had killed, and Dev was on the stage, and he used his voice to like disable all of this little spider, bombs. Yeah. Why couldn't he use his voice on everybody in that damn place? Get on the mic or the intercom and basically made them all effing unconscious, because his voice can do that. Like even with Sunny is a damn cat. If you have a cat or a dog, you realize how sensitive their ears are. All he had to do was scream at her, and she would have fucking gone. It would have been like,
now you make so much sense. What I was gonna say until you started explaining it, I was gonna say maybe they were trying to keep a low profile because they got mail, so they didn't really want to do anything. But yeah, you are right. Dale could have rendered all of their asses incapacitated. When it got, as long as he was still singing, they could have went and got mail. Killed the meditator, killed Sunny, and just left.
Yep. I don't understand why he couldn't do that. He could have put them all to sleep. I don't understand that. So, like I said, guys, I don't mean to be that person. I just have to be that person, because if you establish rules in a game, you can't change them in the middle of the game. So I don't understand that. Dev could have been able to save himself, because Sunny should not have been able to do shit to him. She's a cat. Like, she is a damn. Look, get some damn yarn and put it in front of her ass. I don't know.
She would have just played.
Yeah, so
that he was killer.
I feel like they had to kill him, on principle. But for me, it would have been more effective if she would have killed him from behind.
See, what I think, giving him a chance. This is what I'm thinking. Because if you see the trailer for next week, Kayla is broken, and they're telling her she's a charmed one, and she tells them, "No, you're a charmed one, not me."
So then they're like, "No, you are. No, you are. No, you are. We're not playing this game. We have 3 episodes left. Give it the program."
So what I think they did is they killed Dev to try to give her, when you kill in every superhero story, you always kill a person that's real close to you to bring out your full potential.
Yes, it does. Spider-Man many times. I understand.
Child.
But I guess my question is, and see, I'm okay with that. I don't like that Dev had to die.
I don't either.
But if you did it, I feel like you should have done it where he was not aware, like he didn't have a chance to defend himself. Right. Like if she just came behind him and just did that, I would have been like, all right, that's effed up.
Yeah.
But I feel like because they had time to banter, she had time to offer him, the matchbook to go to the Blue Camellia. I feel like that was so much time wasted because he literally was like, he turned around, he hit the chick with the hammer to knock her out to give them their powers back, and then Sonny just said he didn't have to do any of that shit. He could have just started fucking singing. The girl would have gone down. Sonny would have gone down. Whoever was in the vicinity, hell, the charm ones probably would have went down. Everybody would have been fast effing sleep.
And I think that's probably why he didn't sing, because they would have got affected too. And then if they would have got affected, hell, all of them, they would have all.
I'm gonna tell you this, Kenny. This is Maria's logic on survival. I'd rather put your ass to sleep and wake you up in route of running than let this heifer slash my throat and my chest.
I am with you. I'm with you.
So
Black people Bible. I told y'all. Black people Bible.
Look,
we don't stand around and wait for you to kill us. We get gone.
And I claim my blackness. So I look, first of all, let me explain. I know I'm only part black, guys, but my part black saves my ass because I wouldn't be there to begin with. I would have been like, oh, the Unity Bowl's together. Smash this motherfucker again. I'm going to take it into 5 different pieces, and I'm going to do like I did with the damn sources shit. We going to go put this shit throughout time because now as Mel, I can do that. I can take these pieces and put them through different time periods where they aren't together. I could do that because I'm intelligent when my life is in danger. I'm going to find ways to get stuff away from me. I'm a mastermind.
But you know what? Mel's kryptonite always gets in front of her. Cooch. You throw your cooch in front of her, she just
look. It's part of my... Since I'm
you don't let it get to you.
Too.
You don't let it get to you.
No, because I want to live.
He lets it get to her. She's a charmed one. She's a powerful witch.
She's a charm one. She's also a touched one in the head because I love this character, but I feel like she's just regressively gotten dumber over the seasons. And I just feel like if you can take things out of time periods, you can put things in different time periods. So then why don't you guys did this at the end of season 1 with the sources necklace where you put in all the sources of power in the damn necklace. Future. Why not just take it and put one in 1943, one in 18, whatever, one in the future. So they're never in the same space and time. So you can't put them together. Why didn't you think to do that? I don't understand. I don't effing understand why they don't have these thoughts. Like they don't have. They don't.
Roxy then gave her the cooch and her mind is melted.
It started way before Roxy, unfortunately, but. She was Ruby. I guess Ruby just dumbed her down more, and then she got to Roxy, and Roxy was like, "Well, your last brain cell, heifer." Anyway, sorry. I just had to do it. All right, so how did they get out of this? So Kayla, who only trained for 1 day fighting with a sword with Harry, obviously cannot fight very well yet. She's not on the same level as the other two. So she goes and Sunny's there and Sunny is gloating. Now all of the warmy feelings I had for Sunny died. She was trapped. They just died when she killed Dev. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you killed my boy, so therefore now the cat needs her ass scrapped. She just needs to go. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about Sunny anymore. So let me tell you what my girl Kayla did.
And I love this. I love it. Go ahead, but I love it.
Badass. So Kayla was like, you want to fight me? And Sunny was like, I have 4 lives. Now, I don't know why Sunny had to keep talking about her damn 4 lives all the time. You literally are giving people your vulnerability, dumbass. You're telling people how to kill you. They just got to take you out 4 more times.
But hold on, wait, let me ask this one question. Did Sunny ever know that she's a manifester? That is the question. Did she ever know that? Because I don't think she ever knew.
I thought she did because remember when she came to the bar when she first met Dev and she was talking to her and they were at the bar when Sunny was there, and they were talking about how to use her powers.
But do you think she might have heard her? But
I think. Well, I mean, considering her whole motive was to get information on how to take out the charm ones, then yeah, she's always listening to them.
Because the reason I asked that question because. This dumb bitch sitting here telling us about her 9 lives. If you remember her as a manifester, why the fuck would you say that in front of her?
I don't know. Well, okay. So hear me out. She's stupid. So like earlier in the episode, when the Unseen first got there, DB Lightning she opened up Little Shop of Horror bag, and Seymour killed Sunny.
Yes.
So Sunny, she had 5 lives. Now she has 4 lives. She's like, you better be glad I have. She's like, you better be glad I'll have 4 lives left, you bitch. And then she's like, and I was like, okay. So now we know you're gonna die because you keep talking about your 4 lives.
4 lives.
And then she does it again with Kayla. And so Kayla's like, let me try stuff. I got blood on my hands. That's like paint. So then she draws a line in red down like the window on the side of her, the shop window. And then it just starts making one of her lives gone because it just covers it in red. And then she does it again, and it's 2, and then she does it again. Now, Sunny kind of goes for her right before she gets to the last life, and I don't know why she didn't try after the first, because I would have been like, but
I guess she was in a lot of pain because if you notice, it was Sunny's blood she was using, so it was kind of like, I guess, you know, when she comes back when she's dying, she's in pain, but then she's coming back because it's not like a death like when Seymour stabbed her ass and it took her like 5 or 10 minutes to come back. She was coming back instantly and she was still feeling the pain. So maybe it paralyzed her for a few seconds to give, you know, Kayla those few seconds to draw those lines. And then when she got to the last one, she was, you know, she may have gotten a little speed, but Kayla was already there and just did. And her
so let me tell you how this would have went down with Maria. You ready? I'm gonna try something. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines.
Oh, you gonna put the extra 5 up there just to
I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm like,
but you know they have to give us. You know they have to give us a dramatic effect.
I know
they got to try to get. But I'm with you though.
I could have been like, "This is for Deb, you stupid bitch, die!" Dramatic.
Oh my god, that shit would have been so damn funny. I would have died.
Yeah, guys, I should have been writing this show. People don't know who I am.
That would have been so damn funny. But then it'll be anticlimactic because they were like, "Oh damn, she died so damn fast." So,
I mean, like I said, she would not have gotten off that floor because she just would have been dead. She'd be like, I got 4 lives, not anymore. So that's the thing. And she probably was trying to draw it out or some shit. I don't know. But, you know, she was like, make me feel the pain. And actually, after the first one, she was surprised it worked. She was like,
yeah, because the reason why, because she has Sunny blood on her. Because remember, Sunny's blood was on Dev too. It's a little bit of Dev's and Sunny's. Because it's like Sunny had already died. So, you know, she's going to have a little bit on her.
Okay, then do you know what that means then? The irony behind that is that she also, so technically Dev and Kayla killed her together because she used his blood. So that's very symbolic that was the last thing they were able to do together was get revenge against the person that killed him. If you look at it from that perspective, that is actually very cool. But she still took her damn time. We were all been like, so there's that. Now, then another thing that happened was the whole splattering of blood hit Ruby's face.
It did.
And I'm like, is that symbolic? Is that something that was
is
really
Ruby dead?
What is that?
Is Ruby dead and we don't know about it?
I don't know. That was really weird. Or maybe something's going to happen to her because she's running for, city council.
Well, if that was going to happen, it would have been in season 5 that we're not getting.
Yeah, it's true. and quite frankly, we just need to stop dealing with Ruby in that way anyway. I'm tired of it. She's a sweet girl, very pretty. A good character on her own, but does not need to be in that mix. Just stay away from the charm ones. They aren't good for you, girl. They ain't not good for you. Stay with Baby Swan. All right, and then the last cool ass fight.
Oh my gosh, I like this too.
I really liked it. So Mel was doing a pretty good job. Jordan did a pretty good job fighting off, but man, Maggie was fighting DB Lightning, and DB Lightning was being smug as shit. She's like, "I'm gonna get you out, bitch."
And then when she came up, she was like, "You got any last words?"
Yep. And she's like, "Oh, you really shouldn't have done that." And she like starts electrocuting herself. And you can see the woman who's on her face. She's like, "What?" And she starts electrocuting her. And I'm like, all I saw in there was like KO. Her
ass on the damn floor.
How do you fight somebody who can instantly take your abilities and then use them on you? You can't.
And that's the thing that I do like about when they get their new powers. None of them knew this. None of them knew that they had this. So that was a leg up on them that, they're sitting there thinking, oh, they just got the, Mel May just had her fire abilities. Maggie is, she just got the telepathy abilities. She ain't gonna do nothing to us. She might just inception us to sleep. That's it. So we can fight her.
Yep. They had no idea. No idea. If you really think about her powers, she is pretty damn OP because she can touch Kayla and take her manifestation powers. Mm-hmm. She can take Mel's time traveling ability. Plus, she can actually touch them and make them happy about it. And then she can have a vision to see how it's going to turn out.
Maggie is becoming powerful.
She's becoming Omega level, and that's kind of scary.
And that's far. And she's surpassed Phoebe.
But you know what? It does track because if MCU has taught us anything and Marvel Universe has taught us anything, and actually any comic book universe, the crazy ones are the ones that have the most omnipotent powers. Like, we got Scarlet Witch, completely unstable, but has very OP-like abilities. Jamie Braddock, very unstable, very, all these characters have these really kick-ass, very OP powers, but they're very unstable. So it makes sense. That makes sense that the one that has the anger management and the panic attacks and issues is the one that's going to end up having the really kick-ass abilities that she probably should not have. She snaps, they're just SOL. She does not have them. All right. So then at the end of the episode, this is where all the pain fest really starts. So we already told you what Mel did. Mel went ahead and made herself a rebound. That's what she did. Maggie went with Jordan. Jordan was like waiting for her in her room, which tells me the house just lets anybody in. But maybe it's not as safe as I once said. But he just sitting here. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to see if you're okay. And they had already established early in the episode that them getting it on was a mistake, because everybody wants to hear that from the person that they love, that it was a mistake that you had sex with them. But he's like in the room and she's like, he's like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. He's like, oh, she's like, I'm not okay. Can you stay here tonight? And he's like, yep. He had this look on his face like,
I think he was thinking like, is this gonna be a mistake? Should I?
Yeah, no, his face was kind of like, it was like he was thinking maybe I shouldn't do this, but then his eyes were like, Go look at his eyes. He's like,
because see, I'm gonna tell you, it's the funniest thing. I don't know if this happens with everybody, but it seems like when people die, it seems like that's when people are grieving, they get more horny. I don't know if that's the thing, because it happens to me. It has happened to me.
Really? You got horny? Well,
I ain't saying like when the person.
First of all, one of the people that I've lost was my previous spouse, so me being horny at that time wouldn't have mattered. And then my mother dying probably did not make me horny, so I'm leaving that.
That's alone. What I'm saying. It probably only happens certain times.
But I have a question then, because this is something that I actually need an answer to. Whenever you see certain characters in shows and they don't really interact with other characters a whole lot. Like Deb never really interacted a lot with Maggie and with Mel.
Right.
And yet they're all like crying. And I'm like, are you crying for Kayla? Are you crying? Because they're making it seem like, oh, Deb is gone. I'm like, what was Deb's last name again? You don't even fuck know. You don't even know.
Well, see, I think they was more crying for Kayla, and then they were crying for themselves because they were still grieving Macy. And then, I'm going to say this.
I'm going to say this. They made it about them and their trauma. I got you.
That is not what I was going with.
No. That's what's happening, though. Because remember when Harry was having his breakdown over Macy and Jordan was like, well, me and Maggie broke up.
But see, the difference. The difference is with these two, even if they did make it about themselves and they was thinking about Macy, and they saw how Kayla was going down, they was there for her in that moment. Harry didn't give a fuck about Jordan. Me and Maggie, we just broke up. Well, I lost the love of my life, so screw you.
Well, no, actually, it was the other way around. Harry was like, I lost the love of my life. And he was like, yeah, well, you know what? I'm hurting too. Me and Maggie broke up, and Harry was like, oh, man. And I'm like, what? Like, she's still alive.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's why them making it about them really is not too shocking for me, honestly. But all right, so let's get to the saddest part of the episode. Is that Kayla gets home. I don't know when he had time to put their new pseudo names on there, unless it's something they've always been calling each other. Maybe I missed that in the episode, the Jayla and Jev. But there's a box with, Jayla and Jev on it, and it is a gorgeous teapot. I want that epic teapot. I want it. But she puts it on the stove, fills it with water, and it starts like purple steam starts coming out, which for me as a person, if I was making tea and I saw that, I might freak out a little bit because that's not the color my tea is supposed to be, and that's not steam's color. But then it starts singing in his voice, Kayla, like a love song to Kayla, and she just starts bawling, and then they come out and they start bawling, and then I was sad and I knew that Kenny was crying. So
I was like this when I was doing my review. I was like this. Y'all see, I still got my paper towel. Y'all think my ass was lying. I'm sitting over here just bawling. I was like, really? Because when she cried, I was like,
that was it. I was like, oh, okay. And see, I had to not do that because, guys, I am so sick. Like, I have congestion everywhere, and I was scared if I started to cry, I would choke out and die. So I was like, I don't
want that to happen. We do not want that to happen.
I don't. Like, real talk, guys. I had 2 auditions to do, which I told Kenny about, literally with like an hour, 45 minutes before our stream. And so I had to get them out and edited and sent off. But I had to do 2 very different voices from my own voice. And my voice is not under my control right now. So I was literally meditating. I was holding my breath. I almost passed out in my sound booth trying to get these auditions done. And then I had to run in here and then set all this shit up for the stream. So I was like, there was no way that Kayla crying was going to make me die. I'm telling you guys, I didn't have it. I'm going to
tell y'all, we couldn't have that.
I was like, when she literally got on like the ground and just started, she was trying to hold that shit. Yeah,
that broke me when she got on her knees and because that right there, I'm gonna tell y'all because I have a story because y'all, I don't know if most of y'all know, but my friend passed away 2 weeks before her birthday. And I was holding it in until I saw this video of her playing with her son. Yeah, that was a cry that came out of nowhere. I cried for 2 straight minutes. Could not control it. I was about to get just like that when I saw Kayla. I was like, no, we ain't doing that.
See, that's how grief is. I mean, I'm like that with my mother now, which is really weird for people because when my spouse died from cancer, like in 2014, I cried. I did the grieving thing.
Yeah.
I did all that because I couldn't be remarried if I didn't do that.
Right.
But when my mother died, I couldn't handle. I guess I couldn't handle it. Like it was not real for me. So I went into robot mode and I just started becoming my mother. I treated my brother like he was my son. I did all the stuff that my mother did, and I did this for like 8 or 9 years. And then because she died in 2008, and then recently when the pandemic hit, that's when it started hitting me. So I've been grieving full
force since
2019, and it's still very strong. Like I can't look at mothers and daughters like out in real life without feeling a certain way.
Because I'm telling you, when that happened, I'm telling you that scene just brought so much emotion, and it just makes you.
It does. It was very well done. It was very realistic.
I said they pulled at the fucking heartstrings.
Yep. And that, what's really sad is that she has no fucking support system, like outside of Mel and Maggie. All her family is back in Philly, and she was going to take him to Philly, and he was going to have Philly cheesesteak and see all his cars.
And
I'm like, man, I knew they were going to kill him when she started talking about all this stuff. And then she was like, "I'll go to Iceland with you." I'm like, no, Dev, no. When Dev said, "I'll go take care of the blocker," I was like, oh no. Dev.
Yeah, when he said that, the moment that Maggie asked, "Where is Sonny?" that right there told me what was about to happen.
And then I don't understand why Jordan didn't immediately go off to find, or why Jordan was going to begin with.
I thought he was going to do that. I
don't get that
because we all know that Jordan can heal. So he can fight and heal. So I'm quite sure he could take out Sonny with no problem for a few seconds to give Dev at least a quick healing.
He trained Maggie how to fight, so he'd been able to keep her like bay for a little while.
Yeah.
And again, I'm still gonna stick by my original guns, guys. I know why they did it. They wanted to have a reason to, basically. This is the Uncle Ben situation. This is the Gwen Stacy situation. This is the person that is very close to you, that their deaths affect you. This is Barry Allen's mother and father. This is what this is. I know why they did it, but it's just the character they chose to do it with. For me, I feel like if her mother had come to town and they killed her mom.
Oh, that would have been worse.
That would have been worse for me. Not saying Dev was not tragic. But Dev actually could have defended himself. So I had to suspend my disbelief with this death. And that is my problem. Because the reaction to it is beautiful. What happened, like the teapot, the singing, the on the knees crying, all of that was believable. It was done extremely well. His death is so hard for me to buy.
Yeah. I mean,
and the mother would have been a lot easier because she doesn't have a way of defending herself. She probably wouldn't even know that they were magical creatures. They just would have killed her. And she would have died never knowing that her daughter was a charmed one and a witch. And that would have been worse for Kayla because she would have felt like she got her mother killed. And so that would have been more.
That would probably brought her powers to greater beyond. Yep. And Flash, Barry, you are right. I kept thinking it was Maggie. It was Kayla that said that.
Said what?
It was where was Sonny? I thought it was Maggie that said it, but it was Kayla.
Yeah, I think it was Kayla that said that. I'm sorry. All right, let me open my comment section because I have not been looking at you guys. Let me close my notes.
I've been watching.
Oh, there's
I've been looking at them. Yes, it's a lot.
Guys, I always feel so guilty if I don't get through them, but I'm sick today, so I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna work. Kevin, oh man, we got stuff to talk about too tonight. We're talking about it. And you're absolutely right. I'm so upset they do this to this girl after giving up basically her life for strangers. Yes, said life wouldn't be had without Macy, but said life wouldn't be without Macy. But this is just tragic to do to someone that's been through so much. I agree with that, but that's how it happens in real life. I mean,
yeah,
real with you.
It does. I mean, life is so unpredictable, so you can't really, we can't really pick and choose who's gonna live and die. I mean, it's just. That's how I go.
Yep. My friend Charlie got leukemia back in 2005 and then passed away in 2006. And then my mother was diagnosed with leukemia in 2007. And then my spouse was diagnosed with cancer. It was like bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
That is literally how that shit happens.
Let me tell you, because my stepfather, he died in 2018 from we still don't know. We think it's cancer, but we don't know. Then his sister died 6 months. He died in March. She died in November, right before Thanksgiving. Breast cancer. She was a survivor of it, and it came back really aggressively, and it killed her in 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. That's so. When death comes, they said it comes in waves.
It comes away, and you never. It's so unpredictable. Like even with my mother's leukemia, that's not supposed to be hereditary, but then they don't understand why she was one of 9 and 7 of them got it. So it's a thing. Yeah. But yeah, one thing I will say to the Kayla situation, I kind of feel like you're right. She did give up her life, but I guess I would have been a lot more in my feelings about the fact that I was only special because of stem cells. They didn't, you know what I mean? There was no real. It was just like it was an accepted thing.
Yeah, because she said, "Well, I feel good that knowing that I, have Macy stem cells in me." And I was like, "Child, but you don't know her, and you're not even their sister."
I don't understand the acceptance.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this because I know how you was feeling. But I thought about it when I was doing my review. I said I know Maria hates it because it is a cop out. But however, they did say, how could we have fixed it because we all had theories. If she was another sister, she would have had memories of the other sisters when they died, or the one that did survive. She would have been, she would have still had her power. She would have been able to come in. But this was the only way they could have done it without making Marisol a hope.
I'm ashamed of you, Kenny.
Well, you gotta be ashamed.
Now, let me tell you why I'm ashamed of your theory right now. As a fellow Sailor Moon fan, how could they have done it where she wouldn't have her memories? Hotaru, aka Sailor Saturn, was made into a baby and then
But then her memories came back though. Remember the Guardian?
And you know what? They could have had her memories start coming back when she started realizing where her powers came from. Look, you know, I got one for you.
Yeah, I'm just saying this was the only thing I could think of to keep Marisol from being a hoe. Because
well, no, she didn't have to be a hoe. Like I love the theory about her being from either the original Charm line or another Charm family, you know, either from a sister group from another timeline or from, you know, a different, you know.
We did talk about that. Yeah.
I mean, and trust me, there are plenty of ways they could have done it. They just chose the cop out. That's what it was. It was just easier. It was stem cells. Okay, cool.
I guess for
it's like I'm back in house. It's lupus. That's literally what I'm hearing right now.
No, what I'm saying is, I guess for plot's sake and, you know, for time consuming, because, you know, what if they did think about what we were saying and they're like, oh, damn, that is good but convoluted, long, and then we got to go through all of this.
But guess what that's called?
Work.
Writing. If you want something easy, baby, write summaries for TV Guide. I don't got time for that. I don't have time for that.
Somebody who's on that second book, I've been writing all my life.
So imagine if somebody said to you, why your characters got to do all these adventures and quests? Just go have a cheeseburger. Damn. French fries.
I'm quite sure I'm gonna have some people saying that because that's exactly what they be doing.
I'm just saying. Like that. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, that's just a really hard way to do it," I'm like, "It's called plot. It's called writing. That is literally your only damn job is to write plots and write this stuff. If you don't feel like doing your job, and you know, obviously, that's the problem." So. We have witnessed an expansion of Kayla's powers or a deeper understanding of them. Her manifesting is not just linear or literal. It is subjective, which is cool. I tried not to sneeze on that word.
Oh,
her manifesting is just a conduit. Yeah, I told you guys it's coming. Yeah, I mean, again, I like that we're seeing this. What's so freaking scary, which I think people probably have not, or some people may not have caught on to yet, by her being able to take out those lines, basically killing Sunny. What happens if she sketches somebody with their throat slit? Okay. What happens if she sketches somebody with a hole in their chest? Ooh. That's something to think about. Just saying. I really thought she was going to manifest her way out of this. I mean, with a necrolighter, they can say a decent goodbye. I wonder if she is going to go to Harry and be like, hey, let me go say goodbye to Dev. And then the first thing out her mouth is, man, why didn't you sing them to sleep? What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, that's the thing. Mel is literally the time traveler's wife. Who better to be with than the time traveler when you're long-lived, basically immortal? But only in her mind right now, Ray. She's only able to do it in her head.
Yeah, she can't stop time. She can't do it herself. But You know what? I think they're going to hopefully... In the last, we probably still got next week episode and June 4th. No, June 3rd. Those two episodes, she may get her time powers back completely because
I hope so, because she's not gonna be able to do it in season 5, so she better do it next episode. But still, maybe she's gonna have you know how her abilities allowed her to age, like potions and stuff like that. Maybe she'll have the ability to de-age herself. Or she's going to go find Celeste, beat her ass, and take her little timepiece and be like, I'm going to live with you forever. Right?
But we already know the show writer said they're not going to end on a cliffhanger. So,
well, I mean, we know Deb's not going to end on a cliffhanger. This is like when Phoebe had to kill Cole and Piper and Paige laid with her in the bed as she sobbed.
I got sick of Cole. I did not shed no damn tear. Cole was getting on my last nerve, and I like him. That's
so I don't know what the issue was. Like he had a redemption arc, and they were like, let's just fuck that up.
But see, Julian McMahon wanted to lead the show, but they gave him the weakest way to lead the damn show.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't the weakest though. Daryl was the weakest. Daryl just stopped showing up. Poor Daryl.
Yeah.
The ending made me cry so much. That is fantastic, and they did.
Yes, they did.
That tea kettle and that on the knees thing. It was
oh my god!
Looks like next week we got a good old fashioned hero refusing to call a call to action. Yeah, that's what
That's what I'm
normally happens
saying.
though.
That's
But
what
I
I'm
like how she
saying.
said it. I'm not a charm one. You're a
You
charm
are.
one.
But
I'm
see,
just stem cells.
but see, this is the thing. This is what I'm thinking. By her saying that and refusing to help them, her powers are going to get so strong to the power of 3 is going to be amazing. I'm hoping.
I hope so. I mean, I kind of feel like,
because remember, they had the power of 3 have not been seen this whole season.
what's going to worry me is that it may not be.
Oh no, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have
or
to.
it'll be like it'll be one scene in the last episode,
but see, I think they was doing it that way because they thought they were gonna get another season. Because remember, the season was already filmed, so they might have thought they were gonna get another season, and they would have had enough to, we got to see Power 3 yet again. But hell, everybody got axed before they even got a chance. So
yeah, that is the thing. Feeling bittersweet about this episode, a lot more bitter about a lot of things, like those damn CW commercials.
Thank you, Sean.
I know. We all are feelings. Tea Kettle made me wish Deb was a genie. You know what? I actually said, "Oh my God, is this about to be like Arabian Nights or like?"
I thought so too. I thought
Prince
so
Ali.
too.
Was he gonna? Is he Aladdin?
I was thinking that too because I was thinking that that blue mist was him coming back. I was thinking like, oh, he's alive, and no, it was his voice. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. Come through, Kayla, for using blood magic manifestation. I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. And I could see Dev's death being the conduit that would have activated her demon side of her powers. And see, that is the question that everybody I know has been asking. Because Macy donated her stem cells before she got rid of her demon side. And does that mean that her blood that was modified, making her essentially a half demon, was also a part of that? And maybe they probably would have done later in season 5. We probably weren't going to get that immediately, but
yeah, because what I was going to ask was, did Macy donate stem cells before Marisol unlocked their powers as the charmed ones?
It wouldn't have mattered because even if she
I was going to say because even still, she would have, I was going to say maybe she would have just got the witch powers, but not.
She would have had the DNA, I guess, to be a charmed one, but she definitely would have got the blood for the demon side. So, and just think about Kayla if they had a season 5, and then one day she's like setting shit on fire. She's like, "What's happening? This is not my mouth."
Yeah, and Macy, that's when they be trying to conjure Macy ass at the tree, bitch. Get your ass
they're trying to find Abigail to come take it away with that dagger.
And she'd be like, "Oh hell no!"
Now she come back for Mel. Mel be like, "Hey Abigail."
Oh yeah, because Roxy's still laid in her pine box for right now for the next.
Me and the turnout always have this debate because the turnout is essentially wrong in this. He's like Abigail never, Abigail and Mel never really were.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that,
and I'm like,
how can you
not watching the same show?
How can you not see that? Because she actually said she, when they, like you said, the witch's trial. Everybody remember that.
When that Perfecti put her on trial and she was magically truth roofied by Maggie. Mm-hmm. And she said what she said, her feelings, just like the last scene when she was like, talking about how she wants updates and pictures of her and the baby and all that. And like, that whole look on her face when Mel was hugging her was like, damn, I want to get in that, and she left. I mean, it was very obvious that Abby was into it. Just like when she was stuck in the repetitive baking limbo thing with her mother and, with the Perfecti, and Mel came there. She said, oh, if you're coming here with your perfectly cute hair, you're like, nobody talks like that to friends. Come on, turn out. I think he needs to hang out more with me because I'm queer. So he's not in that world. So he just doesn't get how we talk to each other. But I was like, every time he says it, I'm like, oh, so sad. So sad. Aloy, so sad. Like, you're just wrong. Like, he knows I said that. I said it to him the other day in Messenger.
Man, that's too funny.
That was funny. Okay, let's see. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Look, I know she normally would get through a mall, but I'm here, so y'all know I'm always gonna talk. I'm sorry.
Poor Kayla, you're not. No, it's like I can't breathe out of my nose right now. Poor Kayla, you're not a true charm one unless someone you love bites the dust. I mean,
that is true.
That is
not fair. Because remember that when in the OG, everything happened to Prue, Piper, and Phoebe. Prue got turned into a dog. Piper got turned into a Wendigo. Phoebe got turned to a banshee. So when Paige got turned evil or turned into something, I forget what she got turned into. And she was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean to do that." And they was like, "Well, you're not a charmed one unless you got turned into something." And then they went down the line and said all what happened to them. So
yeah, I kind of felt like, I don't know. I kind of felt like you already know when you're a charmed one that you're SOL. Like I mean, there's always the yin and yang, right? You have all of this power, and then the yang is not only do you have the no personal gain in the OG charm, and everybody loves in danger. So I mean, it's just what it is. You already know this.
And here you have no personal gain, but you still can't do shit.
Well, I mean, the reason most of their people die a majority of the time is because they're dumb. I'm like, I'm just being real. I mean, even the magical world, I mean, the unseen are not wrong in what they're saying. You didn't try to save us. If you look at seasons 2 and 3, when Harry got taken by the faction, they were going to save, Harry. They didn't save anybody else in those tubes. They took Harry's tube and brought it through the command center portal. Remember?
They sure did. Mason threw that thing through that portal.
They didn't get everybody else. They weren't trying. So all those people that ended up getting killed because the charm ones essentially did not save them. And that is the truth. Macy's always going to save her man first because that's how they wrote her.
and that was a damn shame.
It's a shame because she was a very brilliant, very beautiful, very charismatic character, and they made her. That's basically what it was. So
they made her, and I hate to say this, a slave to her man. I hate to say it, but that's exactly what they did. And see, the showrunners right now were getting away from that.
Yeah.
Even though we had a triple sex scene in this whole
episode. They're pro sex. We had a vibrator. So I mean, they need to have a release.
I know, but they all were trying to help. They were trying to get back to what they were supposed to be doing. But I'm just like, the showrunners were so messy, y'all. They really were.
They were. First, Macy and now Kayla losing a love interest seems to be part of the tragedy of being a charm. Well, not just Macy and Kayla. I mean, look at all the women that have been in and out of Mel's life. They may not be dead, but I mean, all of her is like, why do they all have to leave?
And why does Mel always get something thrown at her is the question.
Now, think how effed up it is that she never even had an established relationship with Kat. And kissed her one time. Girl went crazy, had to leave. Found out she's a medium, had to leave, which I called that mediumship, by the way. And then ended up inheriting the girl's magic shop. And just like a bad breakup, she's like, well, we weren't really a thing. I got no commitment to this, so my shop.
and that's why Ruby got the shop.
Pretty much. How effed up is it that you gave the person that might have been your girlfriend shop to the person that was your ex-girlfriend? Like, there's something wrong with that. That is something wrong with that. Giving hand-me-downs. Seems like the only one charm one's love will sacrifice the charm one love curse if they steal them from someone else. R.I.P. Gavin and Deb. The world is lesser with you gone. That's true. Ooh, Gavin and Deb, I can see that being like, what? That's a very good comparison, actually. Devin,
but I'm gonna tell you, Devin. I mean, Gavin's death hurt me to the core, just like Dev's did.
Because basically, he knew he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die.
And Macy played that. Madeline played that scene to the T. She cried her ass off, and I mean, when Gavin came back, he was like, "I'm not supposed to be here. I knew I sacrificed myself. You need to undo what you did."
Yep.
So
I'm all for this mercenary. Of all the things to lose track of and not notice it's gone, the Book of Shadows. So, mercenary, think about this, because you are absolutely right.
Right.
Something I had a problem with also, which is another nitpick, but I didn't want to bring it up because I want my blood pressure to go up. They lost the ability to use their active powers, but they did not lose the ability to cast spells. Why didn't they grab the book?
Child, why didn't they just keep the damn book in the damn house, if you ask me?
They're stupid. Like, just dumb.
Because that would have been the first thing, because I was like, look, we lost the Book of Shadows once. I got it back. Why the hell would I take it? And now, I understand they thought nobody would ever get into the command center. I'm thinking that's probably what they were thinking. But Sonny was just there. You don't think they're gonna figure out a way to get there?
Well, hell, when she let Sonny go, I already knew that was gonna be problematic.
So that's what my point was. Take the fucking book with you.
You know they can't do that. Why do you expect them to do things?
My blood pressure gonna be up in a minute.
You expected way too much of this. Come on now.
My blood pressure gonna be up in a minute too, so I know.
I'm kind of skimming down, guys. I'm trying here. I'm trying. Ugh.
It's my fault, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's just I have to get through some of these comments because I don't have enough oxygen to finish them. So I can get through a few of them, and then so my spouse is gonna come and get me in probably 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna let you know. River's like, we're going to bed.
I know, true, because she had no sleep all week at all.
Yeah, and everybody, like I said, everybody in this house is sick. It's been a mess.
Look, I'm the same. I'm not sick, but I went to bed at 10 this morning.
I went to bed at 9 this morning. I think I told you that. Yeah, I did not.
You told me. I know. I heard it. I was like,
I was too sick last night. Plot hole. The OG Book of Shadows was magically protected. How they touch, let alone move it out of the house. Why didn't they just steal current book, which has no magical protection?
That's what I saw.
That's what we were talking about earlier in the stream. Why wasn't it the one that Josefina and Mel were making?
Because see, that one is protected, and you can't even touch the book.
Well, I guess you can now. Well, again, I had a problem with her not taking the book from when it was actually blown up, from that right before it was exploded, at the end of our beginning of season 2, because then you're not missing the book because it's supposed to already be gone. And then you never have to essentially take this book back to that time period. So right. I don't know. There's so many questions about the book. I'm so confused on that. So, you're right. It just doesn't make sense. Why wasn't the book at the manor? Because Mel is dumb. I've already established this. Only the Book of Elders should have been at the command center. I wouldn't even leave that damn thing there. When people come in, I would not have left that book in there. Has Kayla started her own book since she is the original witch of her line? She needs a book. I write a book too, How Not to Die in this series. That's literally what my survival, the surviving charm 101.
Well, she won't get that chance. No season 5, y'all.
I think that's so messed up. I think the protection spell was removed when their powers were also taken. The problem is, Mercenary, the time that she took the book, it was not removed because she took it from a point of time before they lost their powers when they were still in Hilltown.
Mm-hmm. So this is what they could have done. The moment they threw the book right before they threw the book, the portal opens. She could have went right in that point in time. As soon as the book was about to hit, she could have snatched the book. The portal would have opened. Nobody would have been the wiser.
Yep, I agree with that. Here come a statement. How did you like the Naomi finale?
Boss girl, you about to make her blood pressure go up because we already know how that ended, and I didn't even have to watch it to know.
I will do a season 1 Naomi review. And guys, I also have my How to Fix Batwoman video coming out. I promise it's coming. Because there's 3 videos that I already owe you. That's my Wildcat Spotlight. I have memory, guys. I know what I owe you. My how I would have introduced and fixed, Batwoman with Ryan Wilder. And then I plan on doing a Naomi season 1 complete overview of why I think this show was canceled. And honestly, why I'm not going to lie to you guys, why I think it was deserved to be canceled, even though it's hard for me because on the CW, it seems like all the POC led shows are being canceled one by one.
Yes, they were.
So I am not on board with that, but I can't give accolades to shitty writing and slow burns. So I have feelings on this and I will express them in that video. So it is coming. I know you guys thought I gave up on the Arrowverse. I have not. I just needed a break. I just needed sometimes you gotta take some me time away from the things that make you scream. So that's what it is. The book is only protected against demons, not humans or magical creatures, which clearly they need to upgrade the protection spells to only family and friends. Well, Sean, that probably is true, especially in this universe. But my more pressing thing is, why wasn't it at the damn house? Because the house seems to
I keep asking.
Be alive. I don't understand why the house have been flicking the lights. We got danger, bitches.
And then this is the thing. Why have they not fought in the house since season 1? I miss the house fights.
Yeah, Well, hell, they did most of their fights on the stairs or in the attic. Like,
I guess they said they want to clean up the damn house like the original Charm.
They used to play with that, OG. I'm tired of having to buy new lamps. Didn't they used to keep the Book of Shadows in their house?
Yes. They have a stand for the book. It's a
Yep.
stand in the attic, and it's still there.
And speaking of books, where is the Codex?
We have no idea.
Well, that's a damn good question.
But it's in a box in the.
Why do we need the Codex? Because we can just read the Book of Elders now whenever we want for light reading. Like,
oh yeah, because Kayla sure did it.
Nobody explained that she needed to have a codex to
and she didn't have a codex to look at it, so she did with light reading. So I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, I can't. When I start breaking stuff down, and then people getting their feelings, like, "Hey, nice show." I'm like, I'm not trying to dish it. I love the show too.
Look, I drag my show too. But I mean, before me and Maria started talking, I actually did love season 2 and 3. And the part what I really loved is when the Power 3 came back like 19 years later.
19 years later.
I'm just saying.
I'm a charm one. Oh, I'm not a charm one anymore. I'm a charm one again. Oh, guys, at the end of this video, me and Kenny have an announcement. So we need to hurry up and get through these comments because we have a little announcement. We've decided what we're gonna do for the 2,000 subscribers.
Y'all gonna like it.
I think you guys are gonna like it. Okay, RIP Dev. I saw yours. They killed Dev. Oh my God, from That's So NG and RIP Dev. You had a great voice and were an awesome boyfriend to the end. You really were. You were probably one of the best, most.
He's probably the only good man that was on the show besides Jordan.
Yeah, hell, if him and Jordan were gay, they would have been a great couple.
Oh, tell me about it.
I knew I liked him too much. That's always been my curse about liking certain characters. That does seem to be the case. If you like a character, they are automatically going to die on Charm. They're going to die or they're just going to be like gone. So that's what happens. I like Nico. Bam. Bye, bitch. Jada.
But at least she didn't die. But at least Nico didn't die. At least she's still alive.
She's with it, Chochi, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna remember that name, guys. It's just
I ain't gonna never remember it either.
I guess that's another win. The Hallowell book. It may not have Siri, but Jeeves has some great firewalls. Well, hell, they have some firewalls too. It's called their damn house. The walls of their house. I don't know what's going on with that. Joey Falco responded to my tweet last night. Congratulations. He said, we aren't getting Marisol or Celeste this season, but we are getting Josefina. Well, we're not seeing them anymore. Cool.
But see, we needed Celeste more than Marisol at the moment. Marisol could have came back season 5. We needed Celeste as this season. She needed to be here on episode 1 to the season finale. Her ass should have been here, dragged all the way to the end. Because that was shit that was going on that we needed answers to. And Celeste was the only one that could answer them. And her ass was out on the beach getting a damn tan. Helpful. I'm just saying. Oh, all y'all thinking the same thing I just said, but I'm the one that said it. I'm just saying.
People say I'm problematic. I'm like, just saying. Hello, Chaston. How are you? Hello, Jolly Mills. Johnny Mills, not Jolly Mills. I'm losing my damn mind. Jake Royalty. I'm tired. I cry with Kayla.
Oh, we did.
Well, I cried on the inside. I just didn't want to drown. Hello, Ivy. This episode was crazy. I got some good news of people who do not like Riverdale. It's in its final season of season 7, but the bad news is it's going to start in 2023.
I know, Johnny. I read your comment earlier and I was pissed. Bitches.
I don't know what to say. Why kill Dev? He's a good character. You just said why. He's a good character. He had Deb had way too much common sense for this series. You know he did. He had they would come to him and Kayla was like, "Why aren't you doing this spell?" He's like, "Because I'm not a witch." I don't understand the question. I'm like, this is not what I'm doing. Be glad I know.
I'm a magical creature, not a witch.
Seriously.
Man, oh my God, that was a good question.
I mean, when Kayla killed Sonny, it was like, damn, Kayla, as my grandmother walks into the house. I mean, I get it. Your grandmother could respect that if she saw that scene too.
I know, right?
We got Roxy in this episode, but not the last one where Harry and Jordan actually went to the Blue Camellia because she was preparing to sleep for 7. Maybe her and Mel have been doing it for that long. I don't know. Who knows? Roxy? We look. They didn't have budget for her every day. Honestly, I felt so bad for Mel in the beginning. She must have felt so used.
Well, she used everybody that. Oh my God!
So she reaps what she sows. I mean, she did this. All these women that were like trying to get with her were not just trying to get with her as a booty call or one night stand. They were interested in her, and she was using them because she was heartbroken over Ruby. Again, the best way to get over someone is get under someone else. Kevin, that is what she was doing.
Her and Kayla walked into the Blue Camellia. She had a bottle thrown at her. That should have told you something.
No, that was her and Ruby.
Oh, her and Ruby. Okay,
yeah, that was her and Ruby.
That should have told you something when her and Ruby walked in, and she got a bottle thrown at her. And Ruby was like, "Why are they doing this to you? I had a hot girl summer, a hot hoe summer. That's what she
hot hoe mess." Can't the Unity Bowl resurrect people, or am I just being hopeful? So, Lincoln, I'm wondering if that's going to be something that plays out in the next episode, because the Unity Bowl is they're trying to bring the lost one back by using that. So more than likely that might be something that Kayla's going to think could help bring back, her boo-boo.
But I hope not, because then that defeats her getting her, getting her upgrade.
Yeah, it's true. We saw in the trailer for next week that a sister from the OG Sisterhood is still alive. Ishani looks as though she's a mechanic in the same Indie gear as Kayla wore in 401. Like I said, missed opportunity with her.
She could have been her own damn charm group.
Yep, she could have been in the OG with the guardian of the tree and the other girl is still alive. I mean, I just felt like that would have been so badass. It really would. But you know what? It is what it is. Lincoln said Tartarus, so you were correct.
I know it was Tartarus. Look, my brain ain't that good, but I know it serves me well sometimes.
Well, yours was better than mine today because he was in the hole. That's where he was. I think Roxy's supposed to be something like Cicada. Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe there's something they could do magically to make it so she doesn't have to go to sleep for 7 years.
Maybe it was a pact that she had to go, but that she did in order to do something.
Kenny, I got a question for you. Then, you ready?
I'm listening.
So when we saw this episode, Roxy had woken up from being asleep, right? Having a dream. Why the hell you need to go to sleep when you've been asleep for 7 damn years? Why can't you stay awake the whole 1 year? You should not waste time sleeping in that year. You've had 7 years of rest continuously.
Even if she is a magical creature, even if she maybe have demon, your body's still gonna break you down regardless. You still need some sleep regardless.
I don't know, because I learned from watching Yashahime that's
an anime. That's an animated person. That is
I'm just saying, Setsuna didn't have to sleep because she had a dream butterfly that kept her awake, so she just had energy.
Well, her dad was slept for was it 100 years?
Yeah. So my thing is, we don't know the biology of these people. So these magical creatures. So if she's a cicada, but a magical cicada, what if she doesn't need to sleep? So essentially, you just went to sleep because you felt like it. Because you went to sleep for 7 years. You don't need to sleep for the one that you're staying awake. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there in the universe. I got to ask the questions that I know. Ask.
But I mean, look, sometimes it's always good to ask questions, but we don't always have the answer.
True. The Unity Bowl can undo any curse, so I don't think it can resurrect unless it's been affected by a curse. But they're using it to resurrect the lost one. So I don't know. We don't know the full powers of this
bowl.
And to be honest with you, what's dangerous about the Unseen having the Book of Shadows is the spell for it is now in the Book of Shadows because it possessed it. It put itself in the book. So yeah, it's a thing. R.I.P. the dev. I like his character. I feel so sorry for Kayla. She lost somebody who she loves. Yep, I agree.
Man,
I love Girl Boss. What, you sleeping in a casket?
No, I call my bed a casket.
Right to the point. It is right to the point.
I use my bed as I call it a casket.
Sometimes it feels like it when I can't breathe. I believe the lost one is either Ishtar or Inara turned evil and brought about the prophecy of the destruction of the sisterhood.
Also, the lost one is one of the charmed ones, the ex-charmed ones.
That would be cool, actually. But I thought the charm line was founded by defeating the lost one.
I thought so too.
So I don't know if that would be because the lost ones were actually a side effect of defeating the lost one.
Because the lost one is the reason why the destruction of the sisterhood is still prevalent.
Yeah, a good anime reference is Momono Hunter, or you might say Devil Hunter Yoko.
Oh, I got that on my shelf right behind me. I love it.
So, but you know, her demon hunting line started because her first ancestor killed a devil and took part of its power, put it in the ring for them to transform. So, like, I don't know why that's just something you can do, but I'm just saying.
And it's been in that generation for years and years.
Yeah.
And then it's like Yoko's mom did not become one because she became a hoe.
Yeah, 15. Yeah, you can do that.
And it's like you got to be a virgin to receive the power. How? That makes no sense. If it's not genetically in your body, but you're gonna take the ring.
It's your purity. It's the only thing that can attract the power to take out the. I don't know.
And Grandma still did not want Yoko going out to be in the slut. She told her she.
I liked her voice though. It has begun at last. I must go.
I know. You make me go want to watch it again. I love that show.
Damn it, Yoko, go on there, tree. Sorry, I'm getting off candy here. Yeah, it was Tartarus. Hunter and Harry and Maggie were all trapped there eventually, and Macy and Maggie had to get Maggie and Harry out. Okay.
No, they meant male.
I know. Okay, I'm screaming. I'm trying to jump down a little bit because I know I can't get through all these. So guys, if we don't answer your questions, please post it in the comment section because I know I'm not gonna be able to because I feel myself not breathing more. So it's just a lot.
And I'm making her laugh and I'm trying not to.
I did say Harry could get a lover in the end of season 4 or beginning of season 5, which isn't happening anymore. But he should probably just stay single. Better to pay attention correctly with TCO. I mean, he's probably going to end up going with the manager of the Supernatural Blockbuster. That's what I think is going to happen.
Stuck down there with her for the rest of his life.
Yep. This is the best comment of the evening in terms of what happened. Sunny's monologues did her in. She did. She basically did what the anime supervillains do. They
always do.
Telling yourself, my master plan is keeping my 4 lives intact. Because remember, guys, I have 4. In case anyone wanted to know how many times I can still be killed, it is 4.
And then when you use that against them, because you know how to defeat them. How did you know? You said it.
Just said
90 times.
Body wants what it wants, I guess. Never. Oh, that's so true. Like, I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm tired though. Sunny, commitment to evil shook me just as much as Wanda did. Yeah, and in the wonderful world of a certain movie called Doctor Strange 2. I really thought she was gonna zig, but she kept with the zag. I thought she was redemption destined after Lazo. Ray, you have a way with words. You know that. You just do.
Ray is crazy.
Yep. Every day. So I guess the Revive 3 excite me to see the episode tomorrow. What?
Oh, that person don't get the episodes until tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Well, you shouldn't even be in here. This is spoilers.
they did that.
I know.
I used to feel guilty. I don't feel guilty anymore. They just come in. When Mel said that it was a sign, I was thinking, no, that's a red flag.
I told you red flags were they weren't waving, they were beating them in the face this episode.
Yep. Jordan and Maggie should probably stay single, but there won't be a season 5, so might as well rush the Jordan and Maggie ship to come back. See, that's what I was saying. I feel like they should not, until they get their stuff together, they should not be doing anything.
Well, no season 5, so guess what? We'll never know.
Yeah. Just sit here and pray about it. The Book of Elders just let all of them touch it, but wouldn't let Macy. Can someone make sense for this? Did I miss something big? You missed nothing. You just missed what we call plot holes.
Which they happen a lot. Yeah, Macy was half demon, plus Charmed one, but with her demon blood, she couldn't touch the Book of Elders.
But we have no idea in the unseen if they're just magical or if there are actually demons in it, and that's
what I was asking. Because I was asking that, I was like, should they be touching it? Are they magical witches or are they creatures or demons? Because they shouldn't be touching it.
But to be fair, what I still don't understand is that the entire command center went on lockdown and the motherboard turned off when Dev touched it.
Yes.
And we got these people walking around that are not witches that are touching everything. And it's like, oh, okay.
And Dev is a man. And then didn't Caleb, for somebody who just became a Charm One, explain to him, since you are a man and you touched this stuff?
No, Dev explained it to her. That's what's so effed up.
Because I thought it was her explaining it. That was so damn funny.
No, he actually helped her make a potion to magically factory reset the motherboard, basically, the board of the command center. I thought that was funny.
I guess they with the witch's blood they touched. I guess it did. It's a plot device and a plot hole, but it maybe have given them a opportunity to touch everything in there without being, without it going off, because they did use the witch's blood to get there. So they probably had it.
But now I just feel like the command center is smarter than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But with the witch's blood, that's probably how
they used a marble they took from a witch. I don't know if they actually had blood of witches.
No, they did have a go back. They got a
if they just had that, but I mean, do you see how many people?
How many people went through there though? That's what I'm saying.
There wasn't enough blood for that. That's like sunblock. You gotta have more than that.
Look, Maria, this is what they did. They took they pinched them here. Here you go. Ooh, so I'm a witch.
No, that is like
we know that's not how it works.
That is your nightly lotion. I don't want to hear that crap.
We know that's not how it works, but that's what they did.
Oh, they're asking a lot for the suspension of disbelief here. I cannot believe that the show is getting this freaking good and the show's canceled. Like, this is such a tease. I agree.
It is.
Elder Book rejected demon blood touching it, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, we know it's definitely 100%. It's about 100% demons. Hey, River. There's a comment in here by Ray. River is so supportive. We all need a River. River said, "Oh, it's true. It's absolutely true."
Believe me, I know.
I got sick first, so River has been taking care of me for like the entire week, and now River's a little bit more sick than I am. So I've been trying to take care of River, but like behind the scenes, River made me tea. River helped me set up the camera.
When Carlos got COVID, after I got COVID, I was still kind of getting over it. He got COVID in November of 2020, and he took care of me. He was crying so bad because he was like, "I don't know how to save you." I said, "There ain't nothing you can do. Just you gotta go." This was before vaccines, so I know
that's some scary stuff right there. Instead of doing a general protection spell on the book, the elders and the viewers seem to do a very specific protection from demons, which doesn't make sense. They should have done it should have been
everybody.
Everybody. I don't want your grandma touching my book. I should have known that this is what up with Dev and Kayla spent so much time away from other people and they were extremely happy. That's true. When you start smiling a lot, they're dead.
That's a death flag. That's how you know whenever you watch animes or either shows that actually are potentially, something like this, that's a death flag. And always look for that.
Like Harry and Macy spent 2 seasons away from the rest of the coven, mostly the fact is a part which led to her death in the solo missions. Yeah. I don't think they knew she was leaving. I think that was extremely bad writing. They just
I mean, I don't think they knew, because see, what I thought they were gonna probably do was have Harry to heal her at the very end. But when they figured, because I think they went back and redid the final episode before, because
well, it depends if they knew already if she was leaving, because we found out later.
They kind of do already know, like at the very beginning.
She's breaking contract, or not re-signing her contract, so that's probably they were like, "Oh, we need to fix this." So
so they probably in pre-production they all know this.
Yeah. So. But I mean, it does. I will say that's a good example, though, in a way. If you take out the fact that Madeline left. It's absolutely true. It was almost like a countdown. You guys are already talking about marriage and stuff. Yeah, you're dead. You're just dead. Yeah. The fact that Kayla and Dev hooked up should have been a clue. Yep.
I told you that's a red flag.
Yep. And when she said, "Look, can we just stay in the moment?" All that stuff.
Red flag. Oh, that's beating you in the face.
But
That's
for me, I guess
jackhammer.
another problem is the whole blood spilled on Ruby's face is very interesting. I don't know what that signifies.
Ooh, does that signify that Ruby's gonna die next episode?
Yep. Oh, that was really weird. That was a very weird thing.
Well, let's get our black suits and ties and dresses for Ruby because we got
that's
her
too much energy.
Liv.
We'll just zoom it. We'll just have a black shirts and we just be in our underwear because
I know
that's how you do it on Zoom. Let's see, Kevin. They've been hooking up. They just decided the DTR, which was a death kiss. They should have stayed at FWB. Friends with benefits, though, I don't even think they ever were that because Dev made it pretty clear that that was not what he was calling it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Like,
I mean, he knew what he was getting. He said he knew what he was getting into. So, but I don't think he knew to what extent.
Yep, I love this. Get the ice trays ready. I knew what time it was. Sorry, Eloy, but if they has vanquished Sunny after her first few offenses, they would be in this position. This is the classic Batman and his catch and release policy that makes Gotham living hell. I agree. Me and you will be eternally on the same page with Batman. Especially damn clown going to jail every other weekend. Where's Joker? Oh, he escaped Arkham again. We'll just move him down the hall. Just stop. Just effing stop. Will it say their powers are tied to personality? Macy had telekinesis because she had a high IQ, I believe, and Kayla has manifestation because she's an artist since they're both in space. But yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And Mel is a time witch because she doesn't know how to regulate time. She doesn't make use of time, so she might as well control time because she won't get anything done. So that makes sense. and then, of course, Maggie is an emotion witch because she's crazy.
And she's all over the place. She don't know what the hell.
I don't like to use the term crazy, but with Maggie, it's very efficiently true.
I would look, excuse me, insane.
She has. I mean, I really think seriously, she has potential to be Moon Knight Jr. I do agree with you, Maria. That was one mistake that Mel did. You let your enemies grab the Book of Shadows.
We all said that, and Mel is crazy for letting that happen.
Now, I think they should have had 3 anger management women as charm people, because when the woman came and shut the dart, it would have been an automatic knockout, bitch. And then they would be like, "What did it do? I don't know. My powers are still here." Like, that's what should have went down.
Oh my god, that would have been so damn funny. Oh my!
That episode would have been 3 minutes long.
Because they would have known how to get the job damn done.
Yeah, I love Lincoln. Should have put the damn book back.
Well, no, Lincoln, they couldn't because they do need a lot of the spells that's there in the original. Because remember, they didn't have them all. They didn't have all the spells. And that particular one that they needed for the dolls was in the original book. So, and Joey Falco did say they was gonna be able to keep the book. Because I remember, we'll talk about that afterwards.
I love when you're like, we're gonna have that on a down low.
Because it's because it's about a certain somebody. Yeah.
We have somebodies in the universe. I guess any evil can enter the command center, aka Power Rangers command center. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think you can get into the Power Rangers command center.
No, you need a power coin.
Yeah, you only can break into the command center of the Power Rangers in the season finale and in a movie. You can't do it in the regular series.
You can't do it in the regular series.
Zordon was like, Alpha's like,
Lord Zed actually did it once. But
but that was in the season finale. Yeah.
No, it was in the season. What? Yeah, because it was
it was the season finale before they got Mondo. Yeah.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
I got you. I'm also.
No, I was thinking because I forgot in the season when Tommy became the white.
So you have to understand. You also got to put in perspective that they went to the command center sometimes, but most of the time they would go to school all day, never get attacked, and then decide to go into the community center, or the juice bar, or go walk through the park and get attacked. Because Rita was like, "School is important. I need you to get your education before I kill you."
I've been like, wouldn't that? And it seemed like that in every anime or show that have hero teenagers, they would never attack in school. Never. Even
Never.
in Sailor Moon, they would never attack at school.
Yes, they got to go to school all
They
day.
will
Sally
wait.
got zeros all the time. Like she never.
Well, I don't know why her ass was in school because she was flunking anyway, so she might as well fight.
Look, I've already come to terms with every superhero show. This show is no exception. We all need to be careful. They're hunting us. Well, I'm about to go down the street to the store. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out at the coffee shop. I'll be home later. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, that's like that at every. Well,
Yeah.
I'm guilty because I'm probably end up writing some of my characters like that. So
Don't
I'm
make
gonna
them
be
dumb.
guilty.
No, make them actually have a conversation about it.
Oh,
Be
and
like,
they will.
I really don't want to go to the store, but I'm out of cheese. Damn. And ooh, Instacart's not delivering. Season 1 with Tessa and the candle. Yeah, season 1 with Tessa and the candle. Like I'm telling you, I don't know why. I don't know why Harry doesn't know who anybody is in the white lighter world, but it's a thing. But Tessa had a pretty cool candle, and the anti-surveillance candle was in season 1. You're right, but at the same time, why aren't we negotiating with the magical world for cooler shit? Like when we saw them go to their version of Diagon Alley, when Macy, and Harry had to dress like they were at a safari. I have no idea what that was about. They were buying body parts of magical creatures. That is effed up. Like that is effed up. So they should like retcon all of that and be like, hey, I need to get, I don't know, a candle that makes my butt bigger for a night. I got a date.
Damn.
Who can I talk to? Oh, you need a butt enhancing candle? I know it's Jared over there in the corner.
This is another thing. Paige used the candle in the Book of Shadows to create a man for one night. So why couldn't you? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you? But I hate how they killed Tessa, even though she got on my nerves. But I hate how they did
she
her.
got really cool at the end, though.
She was. But I'm just saying, she was a drill sergeant. You remember the white lighter that came in and trained Prue, Piper, and Phoebe when Leo left, and they did her the same way. She was only in one episode.
But that's what happens when you have your established, favorite and your sister's potential fuckboy. You have to treat everybody that comes, and is about to manipulate that relationship like shit. That's just in the contract. And then you take 5 seconds to realize, wow, you're really cool. Oh, you're dead. Sorry. Like, that's just how it works. That's in the script. I'm sorry. Sadly, the command center only nullifies demon powers. Yes, and for Celeste and them to be that negligent to the rest of the magical world doesn't make any sense. But I've learned whatever. I just can't. I just can't. So let me scroll down a little bit because I'm trying. I'm making progress, guys. I am making progress. I think the command center should have had a force shield so no evil can actually enter the portal. I don't think it should just be evil. I think it should have just been the elders and the charm ones, and no one else to get in without being brought in.
And they would have need to get charm one blood in order to get in there.
Yeah, you had to have been actively with a charm one to come in. So white lighters, elders, and the charm ones were the only ones that should have had access to the command center. So that's the thing. That was crazy. They were in the command center for like 30 minutes and no one else noticed it until it was too late.
I'm not doing this, mercenary. You is not going to kill me.
I mean, because he's dropping truths. He's dropping right truths. Now.
But hell, I'm about to fall out the damn chair laughing at his ass. Which one?
Yeah, Jada would have destroyed DB Lightning. You are absolutely
right.
1 trillion effing percent. She would have teleported her insides out and then zapped her ass. She'd be like, that's what we do in the sister.
We need Jada back. We need her back.
A lot of the writers sometimes give people brains.
They sometimes give
emphasis on sometimes. It's just sometimes. I know I'm missing stuff. I'm just scrolling down. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we still don't get.
I love you. Just called Josefina Serafina. Awesome. I don't remember Mel and Josefina's book being that big. Now, I think Kenny's right. I think that is probably the real.
It is the real
which one. Makes no sense. But you know what? Again, it should have been in the damn house.
Mm-hmm.
There are magical creatures upset with the war between demon and witches, and then when the humans got involved with the faction, and that's what caused the radicalized extremist movement. Well, and to be fair, it's because they are absolutely correct. The charm ones were negligent as hell against them.
They really were. But see, now, okay, in the defense of Maggie and Mel, they had no powers, but they still could, cast spells. But they could have made spells to protect them, but they didn't. Macy, on the other hand, she's all up Harry's ass. So she's the only one with active powers. And she's out now, to her credit, she was out there fighting, but she's fighting the wrong damn thing.
Well, whenever Harry would get hurt and her sister would get hurt, like there were so many scenes when I said this in my reviews in season 2 and 3, like he would get zapped or something, and she would run to Harry and was like, "F your sister," but the sisterhood is supposed to be this big strong thing, and I'm like,
and
okay.
That's what I hated with the writers of season 2 and 3. They made her want Harry so bad. Maybe did they know she was leaving it? Did they find out?
Yeah, I don't think she made that decision until near the end of season 3, so I don't know what was up with that. So I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of confuckery going around in that. Also, did this show forget that Book of Shadows protected? Yep, unless the last one messed it up, which is true. That could be something that saves them. They could say that because that spell is in there, it basically nullified any protections the book had. I would buy that because we saw it do it. We saw it get into the book. But to be fair, if the lost one is a demon, it should not have been able to infiltrate the book to begin with.
So we know is probably a witch.
Could be.
It could be a charm one that went rogue.
Yep, that's true. At this point, there are 3 magical books. Yeah, they should just have a cookbook. That's literally all they should have. The charm one cookbook. I'm tired. And just don't do anything anymore. Can't Mel just go back in time and fix all this mess? Her time powers are so problematic and only used when plot requires it. You just basically define why it's not happening because this plot requires it. This is not what the writers say the plot should be. They need to have all of this mess in order for this.
Because if they don't, we won't have a show. You'd be looking at it saying, "What that?" It'll be like season 2 and 3. Y'all be like, "Oh, let's get rid of this show because it's boring."
Well, some of these things though they could have retconned and it wouldn't have made a difference, but they're choosing not to. There's like, no, we need this to have it. So.
Yeah.
It's a thing. They came down with a bad case of sex dumb. Yep, sex dumb is a thing. My spouse will tell you I am an idiot when we have sex. I have no brain left in my head. Nothing. I like seriously, I'll start spewing stuff like orange juice is God. I don't know what the hell's happening in my mind. So I'm just saying. I was gonna say because Mel's been having sex and logic goes out the window.
Yeah.
I mean, she only had a few brain cells left over from season 3. So she started off with brain cells. They went away in 2.
Yeah.
And then they just kept going away. Like the little that she had on reserves just started going. So her savings account of brain cells are depleted. She has 1 left and Roxy's about to bang that out. So she's got none left. They really should have gave the command center to Celeste and only use it for major magical threats, and the house should be the hub of their coven where they are the strongest. I know, like the attic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mel seems so insecure after sex, like she expects people to validate her after. The look on her face to Roxy before the cold shoulder was done. Yeah, she's like, was that good? I mean, I haven't had a lot of practice, only 73 times in the past month, but...
But then she do that. But see, she does that to everybody else. But then she expects for you to validate her.
Well, maybe she's a bottom, like the stereotypical tops and bottoms in relationships. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's a bottom. Maybe she does need validating all the time. I get it. Harry got no brain to ask questions. Well, Harry was getting laid a lot too, so yeah, Harry wasn't thinking clearly either. He hasn't been thinking clearly at all because I mean, he didn't even tell them Dexter was in the attic the other episode.
He sure did.
He's not making.
He totally forgot about that. He said at the Blue Comedian, he said, "Oh yeah, I did forget."
Yep. Let's see. She was a witch on the Secret Circle. She was a mom to one of the Circle witches named Faye, both gray area characters, but very much. That's where I know her from. Which one was she in Secret Circle? The new White Lighter.
Oh, okay.
Mel's new power is also problematic because she could simply go back in time and stop Macy from getting the piece of the whispering evil along plot hole. True, but if she touched it, then she'd be infected.
Mm-hmm. So either way it goes.
Mel's like, I can save my sister, but not at the expense of my life.
Oh no, let's put Abby in there. No, but I love her too.
Yeah, just in Harry.
Let's put Harry. But then my sister, who gave a fuck?
Bye. I'm scrolling down some more. I think I skimmed it. I went up and down. Somebody asked me when I'm going to be doing why I stopped.
I know. I saw that one.
I haven't stopped. I decided to do season 1 as an entire overview because I was so behind. It's really hard to do a stream with 3 or 4 episodes when you're that behind. And I was behind because of voice auditions and other stuff. So when you have a lot of stuff like outside work, sometimes your schedule gets away from you. So that is my bad. But I decided I have been watching it. So I'm just going to do an overall season 1 review about what I thought of season 2 review of what I thought about it. And so far it's still holding my interest. So I still like Kung Fu for the most part. The final episode of Charm will have them going up against an evil group of witch sisters, one of which they have trained as an apprentice so that they can focus more on their mortal lives. So you're saying they're bringing Billy back? I don't think so.
Please don't bring Christy back. Oh God!
No, Billy. Christy was just the one saying the charm was. She was an instigator. The charm was bad.
I like Billy, but Christy got on my nerves.
Billy started to get on my nerves too when she's like, "Well, you did this to my sister." It took me a long time to get over that. I had to wait for Big Bang Theory to redeem.
When she started playing Penny, she was funny as hell.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Penny, you're redeeming yourself, girl. I hate Sunny so much. When Kayla killed her, I was cheering like it was damn Super Bowl.
I knew when they first brought her in. And we first saw her at the Blue Camellia. I thought something was going to be totally evil.
Like, why are all the hot ones evil? It's so sad.
I don't know.
To be fair, though, she was messed up in the head. She was tortured by the faction. So that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened with her. So we do get her backstory. Yeah, we get her backstory.
Yeah. I started to like Dev character, sees him die next episode. Ain't this sad? Okay, let me scroll. I'm gonna scroll some more. Scrolling down. The writers made Dev forget about the spider part. Apparently, he should have known that he could have used his voice as a weapon. It's literally what you do. I could see if it was like a side power and you had like all these other omnipotent powers, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. But no, that was your thing. And you were a singer. That was also your job. So it's not like you could forget that. So I don't understand that. Kayla should have made sure that Dev had a doll like Mel did for Ruby when Sunny killed him. Yes. And he would have come back. You're absolutely right.
I thought they did.
No, only Ruby because it's all about Mel. Remember?
Oh, wait. No. Okay, I forgot because they got Kayla's mother and father and put, it made dolls for them. But they still could have got one for Dev.
Well, she hadn't decided they were in a relationship, so I guess
that was another thing. So
yeah, Dev's voice is a powerful weapon. So his death is dumb. There you go. Absolutely.
Kevin,
now you're gonna see. I'm sure you're gonna see on Aloy and other people that review this, and they're gonna be like, "This is great." Not great. I love my boy Aloy, but he will find a reason to make this okay. I'm telling you. I love.
I would actually have to watch him now since you said.
I'm telling you, it's why I love doing reviews. He will try and argue me down about that. I'll be like, "No, sir, you're just wrong."
I haven't watched his. I was supposed to watch his other episode last week, but I forgot. But he does. He was. He found the way. Through season 2, when they got the power, when he was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to give up on this show because we ain't got no power in 3." And then when they get it back, he was like, "It was okay, it was good." They got the power 3 back, but it still felt lackluster. I'm like, "How? That was the best part." They held hands and they was like, I was just like,
what I love about Eloy is that he is my yang to my yin. So
I like it.
He likes the opposite. But that's why we get along. That's why we get along so well. We'll only agree about 10% of the stuff. But I'm telling you, he'll probably be like, "This is brilliant." And I'm like, "I'm here on ATN to tell you no, he's wrong." He's wrong. He ain't looking at it. He's not looking. He'll tell me, "Maria, I am a screenwriter." I'm like, "Yeah, so am I."
I'm a screenwriter. I'm a screenwriter, so I definitely
don't mean nothing.
That really don't mean nothing. I'm a screenwriter, and
I'm gonna tell Lord that we are messing with him in this stream today.
Oh, he gonna be coming back and looking. He gonna be like, "Who's this Kenny-Lo guy talking about me?"
Like over here messing with me, and it's all love though. We love Eloy. We're not over here trashing.
Yes, we do. We're not trashing.
He cracks me up.
I know that's why I like watching his stuff. I've been dying laughing. I'm like, man, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch this stuff because I want to see what he got to say about this episode. Probably won't know until Monday. Is tomorrow Monday?
Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Damn, what? you just decide not to have a weekend. Okay, cool.
No, I said because I forget when he does his. So I was trying to figure it out.
I think he does his on Saturdays. If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Sonny, Kayla can just kill you and spawn camp your grave, and we'll see who has 4 lives now. Wow. That's legit right there. Yeah. I think Sonny was feeling each death. I know Sonny was feeling.
That's why it was so funny because I think somebody in the chat said Kayla was torturing Sonny after what she did to Dev. That's why it took her forever to write, to put the marks.
No,
where you was like,
Maria is so good. You would have felt all those deaths in real time in the 10 seconds it took me to write those lines. And
I said you're gonna put an extra just to be on the safe side.
I'm like I'd be like, Heifer, we are playing a hangman on your arm. Y'all remember when they used to research the demons and magical creatures in the book?
Yeah.
But
we don't have. If we would have got a season 5, I'm quite sure they would have did that. But
yeah, Kayla was torturing Sonny for Dab. She was also torturing Maria. I'm like, you take it too long.
I knew somebody. I knew it was somebody that said that.
I'm telling you, she was like, I felt like if I had been Sonny, she gave me a window to kill her, like within that time frame. I should have been able to kill you. I don't know.
Child, I would have just stabbed her like 15 times, and then she tried to take it out. I'll push her right back in.
I mean, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm telling you, I'm playing hangman on your ass. I just realized Sonny was this reboot version of the familiar that became a warlock after he betrayed his witch. Oh yeah, huh?
Did not know that.
Well, I mean, it does make sense. They take a lot of the OG stuff and then modify it for this one. They've been doing it, even though they've been like, we're our own show. I'm like, yeah, but you're still taking source shit. I mean, I see it.
Now, to be fair, the creator of the show, she can take it from from the original because it's technically the source material.
Yeah. So, she can really do whatever the hell she wants.
She want to do. So it's hers. She can. I mean,
she should make Charmed into a web series.
She probably will. I mean, she's the creator. She has the creative right, so she probably will. You never know. But I give her a head start. I'll probably start forward.
Yeah. I broke with the teapot singing. Me too.
Oh, we all did.
I broke, and then the sad side is I also wanted that teapot like really bad. It looked so cool. It looked so damn cool. I want that.
Both was like, because I wanted that before she put it on the stove. I wanted it.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't have like a shitty looking teapot. That would have really made it bad, but I like it. Okay, a few more questions and then I got to go because we're over 2 hours and I'm feeling it, guys. Can't blame her for crying with the tea. I would probably, how they say spill the tea. She was spilling the tears. It was like she hit the ground. I felt bad for her knees because I was like, that had to hurt.
That had to hurt.
That had to hurt. Yeah.
But I might have to go back and watch this tomorrow again.
It was new, Maria. It was something Dev did during the episode to help Kayla, who gets squeamish with commitment and relationship talk. It's a compartmentalization thing that seemed to be working, Kayla, to be honest. What are you talking about? I guess. Right, what are you talking about? I got confused. I'm sorry. I must have said something that triggered that, but I don't remember what it was. So I'm lost.
It was way back up in the stream.
This is what happens when I don't go through my comments earlier. There's only one person we should blame for all this, Trunksy. No,
you ain't gonna blame Trunksy.
You're not gonna blame Trunksy.
You're not blaming Trunksy for this.
Hold on. Let me grab one of my stuffed animals. Naga, are we blaming Trunksy?
Oh, that's a cute Naga.
Because Trunksy is fucking awesome. I know, right? Everyone knows the supporting animal characters and plushies and stuffed animals are the coolest. And
you are not going to blame Trunksy for this.
If Trunksy was in the command center, them bitches wouldn't need the charm ones. He would take all of them out.
Thank you.
And he'd be like, oh, you're in the command center. Trunksy, have fun now.
And they would have never even seen Trunksy coming.
Nope.
Never.
They literally should have said, "Hey, Sonny, we have a peace prize for you. Can you take this to the portal? We're letting you go. Hold this." And Tootsie's like, "Wee!" Sonny and all like literally everybody in Unseen will be unseen because he killed all of them.
I know, right? He'd have killed them all.
I'm glad you didn't cry. Please don't die, Maria. Maybe we can make you one of those dolls. Please don't make me one. Let's find a way to extend it to a few. I need a few of them. Oh, Lord.
Well, we got to get the Book of Shadows first in order to learn how to make one.
Yep. Oh, is Bryn back next week?
I think that was her that was in the scene with Kayla.
Okay. Because, that's who I think that she's going to end up with as her best friend, Bryn. It's always the friends to lovers trope that I always love the most. So, yeah.
But then it destroys the friendship thing, though. It does destroy it once you break
it. But it doesn't matter. She can do the friendship thing with Mel and Maggie because just because she has their damn stem cells does not mean she's their damn sister. I need her to understand that. That's not how that works.
But then they, at that point, now that they, even though they know they aren't sisters, they're living as sisters and the charm sisters. So then it becomes gross because it's like, I can't. You know how they become.
They just need to get over that. In this universe, in the Arrowverse, Barry and Iris were literally raised as step siblings, and they ended up getting married. So I don't hear
that is true.
Yep. So no problems. Besides, her friend was with her through her chemo and everything, and that's her ride or die. So. I lost my father in 2017 and he was 60 years old. I'm sorry. I know, like I said, and my mother was 57, almost 58. So I get it. I lost my grandfather in 2015, 4 days before my 14th birthday, and hadn't fully accepted it until 4 years later. That's why grief is weird that way. I'm telling you, it's weird.
It's very weird. Because I lost my grandfather 2005 or 2006. And man, it took some time. Yeah. And see, that's why I'm not in the state. That's why I'm not in Alabama anymore. Because if I had been there, grief I probably wouldn't have gotten over it. But since I live here in Georgia, it kind of sped up a little bit.
And plus Alabama is hard for POC. So I wouldn't live in Alabama. You couldn't pay me to live in Alabama. I'm having problems in Tennessee. Could you imagine the same storyline with sperm instead of?
Who? Now you're so nasty, Ray. You get blocked for that one.
That would only have worked if the charm ones were all brothers, and all of a sudden Kayla became the first charm sister because she had sex with one of them before they died, and then he transferred the powers to her through. But that only lives in your body for so long, so I don't know how that would
7
work.
days. Well, no, not even 7 days. I think they start dying all probably like 2 or 3 days within. So.
So how many stem cells did Macy donate? Is it the power of 3 or 3,000?
Well, we'll never know now, will we? We'll never know now, will we? But at least you're so silly. But she tried not to laugh because
I tried not to die. It hurts.
I know it does.
Oh my, hold on. Stop trying to kill me in this stream.
That's why I don't do live streams when I do my charm reviews, because I ain't got no damn oxygen in my head laughing at all these comments. Y'all ain't gonna make me fall off the chair. Y'all ain't gonna do it. That's why I do not do my live stream.
I have a fan on me and I'm still feeling it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. All right. I think I have time for one more. Please don't kill me. And then we got to go.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I just randomly picked one. Season 3, when they went into the future, Abigail was there and she saw infected Macy. She put down her bow and arrow, and tried to beg for mercy. Who is this imposter, Abigail? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because you have to understand everything that happened in seasons 2 and 3 are like Vegas. What happens in season 2 and 3 stays in season 2 and 3, and then we just move on. That's literally how.
Because they were trying to retcon that. The only thing they ain't gonna retcon was Macy's death.
Yeah, I lied. This is my laugh. We're going out with this one. Trunksy's a legend. Yes. Yes, Trunksy.
Trunksy is a legend. Oh my God.
Okay. We've been on here for 2 hours and 18 minutes. I don't know how the hell I did that. I don't know how.
We gotta let Maria go so she can go rest up.
I need to get the hell away from this camera and these lights, and I need to be horizontal right now. Don't take that the wrong way. So, because I didn't do my 1K thank you video, I am going to do my 2K thank you video. And what we were going to talk about is the fact that we've decided, since I was doing a Crisis on Infinite Earth live read video, that we're going to do a parody of Charmed.
Yes.
And this charm is going to take place between seasons 2 and seasons 3. And it's
the worst seasons, right?
Yep, it's going to be a script that we're going to work on, and then we're going to have actors, and I'm going to schedule this, and it's probably going to happen sometime in June. I've already started talking to people. Kenny's going to be in it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a complete mess.
Y'all need to be here for this.
So you will see it. You're going to see a premiere or a scheduled premiere for this, because it's all going to be done live. And God help you. But that is going to be my thank you video for having over 2,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm going to play homage to my Charm fans, especially since they canceled the show. I think that this is a good way of going out. So it's going to happen after the last episode.
But I want to add this before Maria goes. Once y'all watch this, please do not unsubscribe to either one of us. Do not. I was just putting it out there.
We love Charmed, but you gotta the one universal thing that I think a lot of Charmed fans even agree on is that season 2 and season 3 were shit. So I'm not going to make it harder. I'm going to probably fix it in the parody.
That's probably true.
So
that's got to be the scary part.
That's what's going to happen. The events that came in season 2 or 3 are not going to play out the same in this parody script. So it's going to be a thing. It's probably going to, I think we actually said we're going to read it for probably 30 to 40 minutes. Yes, I am playing Mel Bray.
We don't know who I'm playing yet, but
we don't know who he's going to be in it.
I'll probably be Macy. Who knows?
I mean, you could be. I should do that. I should make you Macy, and I should have Groove be Maggie. Oh my God! And then I'll have Jen, my friend Jen, will come in as Harry.
Why don't we do it like that? That would be so fun.
No, I'm actually being serious. I think.
Then you hear me saying, "Why don't we do that?"
Yeah, and so that way, when we talk about the sisterhood.
And none of us look nothing alike.
It'll be even more powerful than season 2 and 3.
Because Maria's going to be the stepchild while we're going to be, I guess, almost bonded.
Yeah. You know? So I'll either have Gru be him or I'll have Aloy be Maggie because he hates Maggie. He doesn't like Maggie. And I think
why he can't? I mean, I know why everybody probably don't like Maggie, but this season she redeeming herself halfway. Yeah, except when she beat the guy up, but I mean, he deserved it.
True,
he deserved it.
Yeah, I just think it'd be very funny to have Aloy play Maggie, yeah. And then I think I'm gonna have Groove be Jordan, and I think that would be hilarious. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm gonna have River just be an original character. That's kind of like a bystander. He's going to be like in and out of the scenes where he's going to be like, what the hell is happening? Why is nobody seeing the safe spaces of this all? What is happening? You got to have that one character that realizes that there's a lot of weird shit happening. And that is going to be River. So River is not going to be Baby Swan because Baby Swan is female and I don't like doing that to my trans male spouse. So I could gender bend Swan. Which I might do. I don't know, but it's gonna be hilarious. I'm working on it now, so yeah. So it'll be happening in June. It's gonna be after the last episode. It's gonna be insane.
Did you read what Chastain said?
What? Kenny play the book. You can be like that. You could be like that.
So Chastain said they want me to blow up. And then y'all just come get me back in season 4.
No, if you played the book though, you'd be like that on crack, irate like GPS system, and we're like, we're being attacked, and the book opens. Then fucking read me, bitch. I can see
No,
that.
I'm useful. I got useful stuff in me. You might as well look at it.
No, you know what? I love that. Everyone's like, they said River can be Ray, but I like Ray. Ray said River can be Jordan. So yeah, we'll make River Jordan, and then we'll make Groove the book. Hilarious. All right, guys, I can't do anymore. I love you. I got to go. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But you probably got to go home. Kenny, stop. You're gonna make me die. All right.
Try not to.
Try not to die here. Okay, so we will be talking about our regular stuff. I should have my Owl House catch-up video out tomorrow. Pray for me. I do have to go and get another COVID test in the morning, make sure it's not COVID. So it will probably be in the afternoon. But we got videos coming, so be on the lookout. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me this time of day, if it is day for you. So if it's day for you, have a good day. If it is evening for you, have a good evening. Make sure to like and subscribe to Kennilo'sTV. And we will see you in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.